me and Ryan have been officially welcomed to the jungle that is Barstool Sports.
I brought it toward the Coyotes, and I asked them if it was okay if I joined the Spittin Chiclets podcast full time.
Ryan Whitney's got a pink Whitney out there now.
Sandbagger, get that on camera.
Heath Yandel, the song man, is a full-time member.
Marley just got an assist from Chris Beach.
Whoa, we're buzzing right now. Sonk.
What is up, folks? Welcome to episode 604 of the Spittin Chiclets broadcast, presented by Discover. Winter Classics, going to be a special one because of Discover. This show is sponsored by Discover, the official credit card of the National Hockey League. No matter if your team wins or loses, Discover is there for you with cash back on all your post-game purchases. With the Discover IT card, you can earn cash back on every purchase. So celebratory wings just got even better. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Cash back on team gear, jerseys, hats, cash back on tickets, cash back on French fries, etc., etc. The Discover NHL Winter Classic, like I mentioned, is taking place January 2nd, 2026 in Miami. Panthers versus the Rangers. Tune into TNT. Get cash back on every purchase with the Discover IT card. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. I actually saw they're doing a kind of a, what was the old school name of the show? Of the following of the
24/7.
24/7 was the old one. So they're doing what Road to the Winter Classic. Looking forward to seeing that one. I saw it'll cover Matthew. Matthew seems like he's not that far away, Keith.
From what I heard, he's on the ice skating, which is huge. I think they're on a little bit of a road trip right now out west, the Cats, but I'm pretty sure I heard that he's on the ice skating, that's bad news for everybody else busy. That's bad news for the 31 other teams.
That's scary. That's scary. And I was just on a show, a house call with Rico and Jerry, where we're just I gave a TD score this week. For anyone interested, I gave Keyshawn Booty for the New England Patriots. I love his last name.
You love that booty.
You know I love the booty. And randomly, they asked me NHL, and let me try to find it here. I said they were looking for futures. And it was kind of, I was like, oh, I got to check that out. So can you guys give me your, what you think of the top 8 in terms of favorites?
Well, Colorado.
Yep.
Colorado at 8.
I bet you they still have, I would guess Edmonton or Carolina in the second slot.
Carolina's second. I know.
Okay.
It's like, guys.
Dallas 3.
They're going to lose in the conference finals again.
Dallas 3.
No,
Vegas.
surprising. Dallas sits in the 6th spot right now.
Vegas 3.
No, I was shocked at the third one.
Florida?
Tampa Bay Lightning.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Wow.
Yeah,
After them, Florida Panthers, Vegas Golden Knights, Dallas Stars, Edmonton Oilers. So it goes Colorado's plus 320, makes sense. Carolina's plus 700. Tampa Bay's plus 800. Florida's plus 850. Vegas is plus 900. Dallas is 10-1. And the Oilers are 12-1. After that, it's the Capitals at 18-1. So it kind of makes it seem like those 7 are, much bigger than. I mean, I think it's a pretty big jump, 12-1 to 18-1. But yeah, Carolina's, they're going to lose in the conference finals. We all know that. And I think Dallas being 10-1 is based on that they'd have to play Colorado in the second round, right? If they're Pacific, I think that they're higher.
Yeah.
But I was interested to see that. Yeah, Biz, you called it. They always have I thought you were going to say Carolina. So they're
Carolina,
right there.
they just had their, 20-year anniversary, all the guys in town, so the things might be switching a little bit. You get the Wizard back in the building, the old
once
school
every 20
Juju.
years.
Yeah, I get
every
the
20
Juju
years.
going.
You never know.
I heard they had cabbage rolls for the buffet. That was nice of them.
And
Bring back
diapers.
some old memories from Ray Whitney. By the way, I think we've talked about this before. We did like an 80 to 90 minute interview with Ray Whitney, and it somehow ended up getting lost. And I don't know if we're going to be able to get him back on. I don't know if he's pissed because he's like, fuck, I gave you 90 minutes of our time. But
I swear to God, Biz, I respect him for being like, no, not
I know.
again.
Wait,
Like,
he won't come back.
sometimes-
He'll come back on.
Sometimes
He's the
you gotta
best.
tip your cap and be like, I get it, Ray, I get it.
the only thing that would
he's your
save us
cousin.
is the fact that Jans wasn't on at the time, but Merles was. And Merles was awesome as a fill-in in that one, too.
He
brought
always
up some,
is.
Yeah. But like that one in particular, I remember him striking up like 2 or 3 stories where I had my jaw on the floor. And maybe because Ray loves you so much that if you reached out, Jans, we'd be able to get him back.
Yeah.
So
Want me to text him right now?
Yeah, you guys go way back.
Yeah, text
and
him
he is
right
my
now.
family. He is my family.
Yeah. I remember he always used to skate by you and go, "What up, cuz?"
What up, cuz?
Tell him that we fire and stoned the person who lost it as part of our team, and we'd love to have you back on. And we were talking about it on the podcast because I don't know if he's an everyday listener.
So, Biz, behind you is your bed. I know you're in Atlanta. Got to do a couple good games last night.
Unreal.
You're just, when you have that big old bed, you just sleep one side, never in the middle?
No, I sleep in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, it just looks like it. I always get off on that side of the bed, but
I know you get off in
games.
bed.
What's
that?
Wait, you sleep right in
Unreal
the middle
games.
of the bed?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think as I asked that, I realized maybe that is a little different. Maybe most people on a big bed just pick a side.
No, I tend to lean more towards the middle. Like I might be like a foot, like not center, but I don't know.
I
actually
take as much as I can because I get Bree starfishes. So I'm on like 8% of this enormous bed we have when we sleep.
That's like a female thing.
Like SpongeBob.
That's a female thing. They could be 4'2" and weigh 80 pounds, and they're taking up 75% of the bed.
I take up this much room. That's how I sleep.
The thing is,
like
though,
this.
is I should actually start picking a side even when I'm sleeping by myself, because if I do hose the bed, at least I can go on the other half as opposed to like, oh, now I'm sleeping like Yans where I only get like a foot and a half of the bed.
Yeah.
So, because when I go, it's fucking,
it's go time.
It's about 17 liters. I got more fucking piss in my bladder than my diesel truck has.
You haven't peed the bed in a while though, right?
Yeah, 2 months.
No, I think the last time I hosed the bed was at Internet Invitational.
Okay.
Twice.
So that's the last time we talked about it. All right.
Yeah. I think it was the time zone change and the humidity that did it, but we don't need to get into that.
And you had the one day I was out there with you. I think you had 27 waters.
Yeah.
Like it was like even like somebody who's constantly talking about hydration, they would have been like, dude, enough.
Yeah. Well, that's because I was hanging out with the Duke that day and I was smoking his LA crack, and I was just like, I need this. If I didn't drink all that water, I wouldn't have made it out of the Ozark. So now, speaking of that, we got to promote, since we're talking about golf, we do have the Duke coming up for a Sandbagger, but there's another one that's dropping today, and that's on the Spittin Chiclets YouTube channel. 430,000 subscribers.
We've gotten $2 grand. Was it 28 at the end of Monday?
Buddy, it was like 26 or 27, and then all of a sudden with the Chiclets use and everything else, like the ball hockey vlog, like everything that we dropped, all of a sudden it just skyrocketed.
I do have some big news, Biz. In the past 5 minutes, we got to 431.
Okay. I really love that. I thought there was going to be a trade or something announced, but I think Biz would rather that than finding out Crosby went to Colorado.
To the Avs, for me.
You both said the same thing.
What did he say that?
He said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're on the same wavelength right now, buddy. That's
Holy
a good thing.
Shit, dude.
If you every 10 people it goes up on YouTube, just interrupt and come in and tell us.
Yeah. And if you watch this Sandbagger with Paige, I hope everyone does. Very entertaining. You'll see Biz and I were not on the same wavelength for this match.
You guys were fucking brutal. And one of you guys had something taken out of the video, whatever. That's okay. But for the amount that you guys pile on and shit on me, I feel like you guys should have to bear some of it too. But I'll leave it at that.
Listen, what was taken out of the video, if that was something where one of us was made fun of by you, it never would have come out.
Right.
Ever. So that's like not a great analogy. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
No,
that's a no.
I'm just going to agree with you.
I take back the same thing I said that you just said.
That could have been one of the worst analogies I've ever heard.
It was a great one, and
matter.
I hope you pee the bed tonight.
So do I. Those are usually my best sleeps. That means I hit my REM cycle. But it's an incredible bagger, down to the wire. Paige was an incredible partner. She calmed me down, helped me with my swing. She's an incredible coach. I love her.
I know.
I should have proposed. I should have brought the ring. I didn't. I was a pussy. But Simp Nasty is out in full force in this one. That's for sure. The only thing I didn't have on that day was a dog collar. But she could have
Yeah.
put one on me and walked me around, and I would have thrown it on. I would have been like RA at the Stanley Cup Finals with that diamond encrusted dog collar if she wanted it on my neck. So Paige, I love you. I don't know if you love me back, but that's all I got to say.
Is it true you had a butt plug in for the whole match, though?
That's
that true?
I'm not discussing that.
Guys,
Is that the remote thing that she had?
You guys are on the same wavelength now, eh? You
Always.
bunch of fucking bullies. But
You
listen,
guys were a really
listen,
good team, though.
We were. It was incredible, and so were you guys. And I had a blast. And I hope we run it back. And I hope everybody who
we have to. And I think people are
We'll
going
do
to.
it
If
at
you
your
don't
wedding.
like this one, you're nuts. You're
You're
nuts. It
You're
was
nuts.
just ridiculous. A ridiculous 4 hours on the golf course. I'll never forget it. Get your mind out of the gutter, folks. It was Biz's butt plug that really got me going the whole time. You mentioned Merle's Biz.
yes,
He was in St. Louis last night, and I saw that you tweeted. Now it went over. Elio was there. That is a chasing goals trip that they do. They've done several of these. I believe they went to Detroit. They might have gone to Columbus. That's just random a chasing goals trip. IceCon, which is what people have become aware of,
accustomed
and
to know.
that is the true cult of the ice people. That they're 0-2. That is not a win. I saw you tweet out, congrats, they got it done. He has not won IceCon yet. IceCon, I believe, is in Chicago, end of March or early April, I've been told. I will never miss an IceCon. I hope I'm not giving that away. I think that's finalized. But they haven't won an IceCon. We haven't won an IceCon, I should say. So we got to get one of those. But congrats. Merles and Elio did hit that over. And I said, Jesus, guys, you went to watch the Blues. They had
They were
to
there
go
because
there.
Missouri, right?
Yes. The Show Me State. Just
What-
DraftKings just went live.
What classifies an IceCon? Does Dave have to be in attendance?
I think it's like there's more that goes into it than just a chasing goals trip. There's merch given out to everyone. There's an enormous meet and greet the night before. It's just a more scaled up version of chasing goals is IceCon.
Okay, that's when like the one kid from the Czech comes. Like
Yes,
they have
yes,
some
yes.
insane followers.
Yeah, it's a cult. And there is now a kid who was there last year, smothered, just as drunk
Ryder.
as a skunk, annoying, crippled, buckled, any word you want to say. He takes the under. He shows up, and in Elio's face, he
Oh.
bets the under. And he was there again last night, so they got to stuff it in his face. Luckily, he even had a shirt, I believe, 5.5 goals equals $9.99 pizzas, because Elio owns Tony's place. I believe it's West Roxbury or Hyde Park. And when he goes on losing streaks, the pizzas become cheaper. And so that's what that guy made a shirt about it, but he was the real loser last
Just-
night.
He
'cause
owns that pizza place? That place is
yeah.
bomb.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. What's the name of it again? Tony's, right?
Tony's place.
Now, he makes them cheaper so they sell more of them to recoup his losses.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
So if you see the $9.99 large cheese pizza at Tony's place, things are not going well
Hey,
on
funny
DraftKings
shirt.
for Elio.
Funny
That is
shirt.
unreal.
Yeah, it was a funny shirt, actually. I'll give the guy credit. If he was as drunk as last time, though,
I saw HQ Spider getting in his face. That's the only clip that's what I finally like came to realize. Like, oh, they have like a heckler. You know you're big time, Merles, if you got a heckler.
yeah,
and-
when
and
the
he's got
haters
one
come out,
showing
you know
up.
you've made it.
Yeah.
People don't boo nobodies. Biz. You ever heard that saying?
Yeah. Well,
Did
buddy,
you see them
I mean,
sitting in the stands watching morning skate?
yeah.
I was fucking crying.
And Merle's is funny. Merle's parlay included a Jake Neighbors goal, which I didn't mind at all, the over, and then Oscar Sundqvist to get one. And I was like, what is this? He's like, he plays in the power play and he's out there in the last minute. Out there in the last minute when they're trying to protect the lead. Like the Blues have been trying to protect so many leads lately. I can't stop burping. I'm
He
sorry.
also had a Zaka anytime goal, whether it was regulation or overtime,
He
which-
took that live. I think he took that late in the second period.
and it
That was-
was big. It was
Yeah.
big. It was a nice pop for him. I think he ended up making about like $3,500. So
nice.
I don't know if, as far as overs are concerned, I don't know if you guys caught the TNT games last night. Unbelievable. I mean,
Caught
the
overs
the
yesterday.
first one, Vegas. The Islanders are must-watch hockey now, boys.
Dude, it's awesome. Did you
100%.
see the clip I just retweeted? I think it's Dmitry Filipovich of Schaefer last night.
Oh yeah,
It-
yeah. Well, I
it's-
was watching it live in the flesh. He was doing a little shake and bake special at the line. He's essentially he's got that Lane Hudson, Quinn Hughes, Cale Makar, maybe not as high end doing it as often, but on the blue line when he's walking the line, like he shimmy shakes and bakes, and he makes guys miss. He's a one man show out there.
And Keith, you'll know what I'm saying as a defenseman, like holding it at the blue line with somebody coming at you, like. Yeah, everyone hopes to give that head fake and that quick, stutter step, but like the balls it takes to do it, he turned 18 like a day before the season started. Like, I can't believe what I'm watching with him. And the skating biz, you're right. Makar is so smooth and it's just so fluid. And Lane Hudson is kind of herky-jerky, but so quick and dynamic. He's kind of combination of them both skating.
Yeah,
because he has those quick little moments, but he also, once the stride gets going, it's like, okay, he's gliding past people who are very fast and in the NHL for a reason. Just incredible.
I think the little moves that he makes on the blue line won't look as like fluid as maybe a Makar or Hudson just because he's taller but he gets it done, and it gets done in a perfect way. I was wondering that Whit, like when we were coming up, if you ever turned the puck over at the blue line, there was maybe two guys. I think Carlson was kind of the first one that was really doing it all the time. But it was at a point where it was, you couldn't do that. It wasn't allowed. But nowadays, like if you have the skill work, it just seems like the coaches are like, hey, dude, let it fly at the blue line, because they probably just trust that he can catch whoever. Unless he blows a wheel and falls, he can catch whoever. If he does lose the puck at the blue, he'll pick them up.
That's a great point, Jans. I don't even like Duncan Keith. Like I don't know if I remember
that
him
wasn't his game. That wasn't his game, really.
But still, he had that. He was kind of had that Lane Hudson where he probably could have, but it just like, I'm sure Q, I mean, he won't even let you throw fucking backhand passes in your own end.
No.
I would imagine he doesn't want you trying to shake and bake at the ozone line when you're last guy back. But who would you say was the innovator of that? Was it Makar? Or you guys talked about Carlson doing it. Like, who was the first guy was Zubov doing that shit?
I was just going to say Zubov maybe, but I think he was more give and go.
Even go.
Give and go. Give and go. Yeah, Carlson was so nasty at just head up and making moves up top. And I don't mean to sound like old boomer Whit, but I hope these young guys appreciate the fact that they are allowed to basically, if you're that top level player, you're allowed to try anything you want now.
Yeah.
And I think that probably makes the game, it makes the game way more enjoyable to watch as a fan, with these guys trying moves and you're seeing things pulled off. But before, I don't think it was that common where you were given the green light, like, hey, show your skill off, like do what's gotten you here at such a young age. Whereas before it was kind of like, hey, dude, that worked. Don't try it again. Forget like if it didn't work.
Remember, and I remember working with you in the summer times. Remember how Lidstrom used to get the puck at like the wall and then just walk but he would walk with like, his back and just fake shot, and then maybe push it. He wasn't dancing around like these guys do now. So what they're doing is different. It's next level shit, and I fucking love watching it.
It's
Paul.
like high-end gambling.
I bet you did it, Biz.
Yeah.
Bill
It's like
Housley.
Dana White in the poker or in the blackjack room. That type of shit.
Yeah.
$500,000 hands. Like that's the type of that's the alligator blood that they're playing with. And I don't know what you were going to say, Whit, but just to quickly put the Islanders into perspective right now, they lose Palmieri. They lose, is it Romanov? How do you pronounce his name? Romanov?
I've always said Romanov.
I think
Romanov. It's not Romanov. I think you said it right. Romanov.
So they lose those two guys, couple big key pieces. And in the last 5 games, they beat the Tampa Bay Lightning twice. They've beaten the Colorado Avalanche handedly. And then they ended up beating the Vegas Golden Knights last night. And the only other loss that they sustained were to the back-to-back Stanley Cup champs. I think they were playing in a back-to-back.
They were
in South Florida. They lost 4-1. So they go 4 of the last 5, and then that was their competition. So, I mean, stick taps. And it's not just the top-end guys. Like Bo Horvat, I know like we were in the text thread last night. You're like, he's probably on the outside looking in. You'd be very shocked if he made the Olympic team. 19 goals, man. Like he's well on pace to set a career high, so he's buzzing. You could just tell Barzal looks a lot happier, where I feel like they were putting a bit of a, they were putting the what do you call it, the governor on him a little bit offensively, where I feel like Patrick Waugh is just like, hey, go boys, play the way that you want to play, but just be responsible defensively, work your fucking cocks off. And the other thing too is their bottom two lines, man, that Cal Ritchie, because they have Horvat and Barzell as the 1-2, it frees him up a little bit. I think he's averaging like just over 12 minutes of ice time. That Holmstrom looked incredible last night. And basically that bottom six, the way they forechecked, the way that they were cycling the puck and chewing up clock and wearing down Vegas, very, very impressed by the way that they played. And of course, Sorokin. And the boys brought up a good point on the panel. Like, they can run and gun a little bit more and exchange chances, knowing that you got a guy back there who year over year, I think he's sub 2.5 goals against average and well into the 900 save percentage. So he's all world since he came in, and this is probably one of the biggest surprises in the league this year, going from where the draft was to now. I don't think anybody expected this, and especially how rocking that building in for how boring it's been the last few years.
The building looks very alive, and
unreal.
We said it earlier that you get the first overall pick and it happens to be what looks like a generational player, it changes the entire course of the franchise, and it's happened. And they did a great job last year. Like, that Brock Nelson trade was hard to move. That Ritchie kid's going to be awesome. And Brock Nelson's really kind of found his game. Remember, it was a slow start for him. He walked Roman Josi in the first minute of the game last night. Like,
that
you
was a dangle.
You don't see Josi get beat like that. That was phenomenal. I was going to say quickly, maybe Phil Housley did it. I don't remember his game, but the amount of points he was getting, maybe he was dancing on the blue line a little bit like we're talking about. I just don't remember. I don't remember that well. Islanders, a lot of fun. I did appreciate last night Lundqvist on the broadcast. It's hard to do. He kind of gave it to Sorokin a little bit on the Hannafin goal and the Marner goal. The rebound control wasn't necessarily great.
Yeah, the POP. I don't know if they had the scouting report out on him, because it seems like they were doing that quite a bit, where they were just trying to lay a soft one in on that far side pad for the big juicy rebound. But nonetheless, great games between the first and the second one. Each of them went to a shootout. The bizarre thing, and we also talked about this, I think we were texting about it this morning, and you were like, wait a minute. So
that was crazy.
Wedgwood ends up getting ran into by Forsberg on a penalty shot. He like caught a rut and like barrels him over, and it looked like a nasty collision, but Wedgwood was obviously all right after he shook it off. So Nashville gets one more shooter in which Wedgwood stops. Now Colorado is trying to go down to the other end to score in order to like extend the shootout, because at that point Nashville's up by 1. And then all of a sudden the refs are like, whoa, they're getting the call. The spotter's like, no, Wedgwood has to come out of the net. You got to put Blackwood in, where even Wedgwood's like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, I got ran over, I shook it off, and I'm fucking ready to go. I just made a goddamn save. And now you're going to put Blackwood in cold to potentially make more if this thing keeps going. And
he was also already at the tin roof.
Exactly. And if you're Wedgwood, like, I don't know how this works. Like, if they end up tying it on that next shot, and then Blackwood makes a save, and then they go down and win it, does all of a sudden Blackwood get the W?
That's a great question. I bet you
how the fuck does that work? So Wedgwood's like, no, I worked my cock off all game. I'm not fucking coming out. Fuck
I have a bonus in my contract for wins or something. Like, what? I don't even think you can have those anymore. Good call.
If you're over 40, I think you can, or over 35.
I can't believe the spotter, like, if Forsberg runs into him the way he did, your job, whatever, you take him out. He literally you let him go another shooter. Like, at that point, you have to be like, okay, I missed my spot. No pun intended. He's staying in. Like, you can't then pull him. And if you witnessed that and saw the Forsberg collision, what took you long enough where another guy got to shoot before he comes out? That Lyles, who's very a mild-mannered guy, John Michael Lyles, he's like, what the fuck is going on Twitter? He's like, I don't understand this. And I don't think anyone else did, too. So, I mean, a goalie to come into a game cold is one thing. To come into a shootout, that's got to be way harder, right? Like, you just have somebody with skill coming down on a breakaway.
Remember Mike Morrison used to do it for when I was in Phoenix. Who was the goalie? And then Mike Morrison would come in just for the shootouts.
Oh,
Really?
yeah, I remember that.
He
would
did it in Edmonton too, I believe.
Yeah, the one guy they had was brutal at shootouts, and he was okay coming out.
And they would just come in, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but that's got to be an
then maybe a
absolute
goalie
nightmare.
would tell you it's actually easier to do a breakaway than come into like 5-on-5 or something. I don't know.
I don't know, your groins, like you're automatically going to have to go down, and I don't know. We'd have to ask a goalie.
What was incredible about Tuesday night was that we had an NHL record in which 4 games were tied up with less than 15 seconds to go. I believe the prior record was 3. And G grabbed this stat. Great work here that
Little nuggy.
this year's NHL season has featured 372 close contests. Now, what makes a close contest is a 1-goal margin or 2+ with an empty net goal, which is the most at this stage of a season in league history, ahead of last year that was 356. So you're getting some great games. You're getting a lot of action. Now, I think Pittsburgh Penguins fans might be more disgusted with last night's ending than anything I've ever seen. There is a screenshot of somebody on the Anaheim Ducks with the puck in their own zone in front of their own goalie with 10 seconds left, shorthanded, and they won the fucking game. Now, Brian Rust, incredible hockey player. Chris Letang, possible Hall of Famer. That was maybe the most pathetic defense I've ever seen in my life before superstar rookie Beckett Sennecke ties the thing up and they go on to lose in OT, the Penguins. Shootout.
A little tire pump before we go. We'll get a little bit negative on the Penguins for that one. Didn't Sennecke also set a record?
I don't know. Did he?
I believe Sennecke right now is like one of the youngest players to hit 26 points. As a teen, help me out here, G. Is it not in the outline?
Teenager in Ducks history to reach 25 points.
Okay,
Wow.
that's what it is. Okay, well, still good because I mean they've had Corey Perry, they had Ryan Getzlaf. Like there is a very.
I wonder if those guys were in the minors that lockout year though, when they were 19.
Okay, fair enough.
But no, it's still amazing. Like to break a record at anything is amazing.
So going back to the play itself, you're up a goal. Okay. So Anaheim takes a penalty. I believe with about 20 seconds left, there's a face-off in the offensive zone. Okay. Carlson's been unreal this year. And so has Letang. Are those the two guys you want out there in that situation? Are those your like I would basically send out my penalty kill unit.
Ryan
+1.
Shea has been their like last minute up a goal guy this year, one of them at least. So at least get him out there. Yeah, you're saying why are your 2 power play guys out there?
Yeah, and on top of that too, like you see when Anaheim takes control of the puck in their own end, like Rust, Letanger, and Carlson, and I know they stretched 1 or 2 guys, but they're backed up like 5-10 feet already inside their zone. So there's no gap whatsoever. So it was just horrible coverage. They give up the line. Sennecke's able to gain all that speed. He ends up walking Letang one-on-one, and the worst possible bounce going off. You see how it hit Carlson's glove and ended up going between Shelov's legs. So I don't know. I just thought that they handed that one over, and if you're Pittsburgh, you can't afford to give away that point. No. That's the one at the end of the year when you miss by a point or 2 where you look back and you're like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
No. That if they miss by 1 point,
I don't think there's anything wrong with having those 2 guys out there. Like having, if they had 5 forwards like the Leafs do, then you'd be like, okay, what are we doing? But I mean, those guys have played so many big NHL games. They've played power play, penalty killed, 5-on-5. It shouldn't have happened. Yeah.
Okay. So, but I mean, you go to Tampa and like this discussions happen. Like if you go to the last minute of the game, it's not usually Hedman on the ice. Like if you go back to when they were winning their championships, it was Ryan McDonough out there. So I think that you have to have those types of guys that you're like, we're not giving up a goal type shit, maybe rather than like Letang, Carlson. And that's not taking anything away from them, but I don't think that either of those guys are known for their shutdown defense. That's just not what they're known for.
And they wouldn't be upset if they weren't out there either, I'm sure. Like, you're just happy to get the win.
They probably already played 24 minutes each. So, I don't know.
Put it this way. When I was on Pittsburgh and Gonchar and I were running the power, or he was running the power, but we were on the first power play. If we were up a goal, at the end of the game, even on the power play, and they said Whitney Gonchar, I would have been like, what?
Not a chance.
Scuds would be like, hey, sit this one down,
Yeah,
pal.
Scuds and Orpik are like, no. I don't think so. This is not happening. But the late game heroics were awesome. As we mentioned, Sennecke scored with 11 seconds left. Dorofeev scored with 14 seconds left to tie it up. Vegas Islanders. McDavid, oh my God, Edmonton. And Bouchard, holy shit. McDavid scored with a second left, and Cale Makar scored with 8 seconds left to tie it up in the Nashville, Colorado game. So pretty sick, dude, that you get those type of endings on a pretty good slate of games. But to get into Edmonton real quick, the start of the game, Buffalo played the night before. They got waxed by Calgary. Now, sometimes there is something to be said that the team that is playing on a back-to-back with not crazy travel by any means, they almost have a leg up, right? Like sometimes that's the case where they're moving their feet and they're going and they'd played the night before and it just comes more natural at the beginning. But still, not 3-0 down. And in two of the goals, the first goal, and by the way, Josh Doan, like that trade, Buffalo won that trade.
1,000,000%.
Josh Doan looks phenomenal. He has 11 goals now, I think. How many does, what's his name?
I think he just hit 10, didn't he?
Okay,
He just hit the double digits.
And you got the
Josh
defenseman,
did,
right? So you're also laughing at the fact that it was two players for one, and the forwards pretty much matching your goal output.
And you had to pay Paterka 7 sheets, where Donors, I believe, in his last year of entry level.
Yeah, but
or
dude,
if not,
say he
he's
ends
signed.
the year with 27 goals. What's he getting?
No,
You
I
know?
know. Yeah, good for Donor.
Oh, Paterka has 12 goals. Sorry. So Paterka's ahead, but you guys know what I'm getting at there.
Oh, for sure.
But Bouchard is standing next to Doan on the power play, and granted, it was a nice tip, but he's just like standing there. And then I think the best Bouchard turnover we've ever seen on the second goal by Tage Thompson. Like, that is the Bouchard we know and we love. He steps out from behind the net like it is a 5-on-0 breakout as the first drill in practice. And Tage Thompson, you could tell he's like, what the fuck? As he takes it off his stick and buries it and then gives the point at the goal. Like, yeah, that's a goal. You literally just gave me the puck. I've never seen anything like that, but thank you very much. A wild, wild event for the Bouch bomb. Bacardi Bouch, as Grinelli has called him. But still, they come back and McDavid ties it. Unreal. The place went bananas. It looked like an unreal atmosphere. Incredible moment there. He ties it up 1 second to go.
Well, how about 10 like they're down 3-0, beginning of the third period. He's like, all right, I'm just going to take this into my own hands. 10
Time to
seconds
check in.
boom. Off of. He's so good at taking those pucks off the wall, and then he's gone. Like normally guys that like Cooch is obviously good at it. He's good at like picking it off and then it's all in his forehand to make the play. But as far as like skating into it and then like making a mohawk turn and next thing you know, he's fucking flying down the ice. McDavid is like from his own end, he does it, and the offense's own, he does it. Just an absolute fucking freak of nature. Now, I want to ask you though about that overtime goal. Okay.
That was I think on McDavid a little bit.
Okay. So so definitely McDavid's guy originally. So as they go in the zone, it's Bouch has that low guy, but there's
on the wall you're talking, right?
On the wall, but there's back pressure from Leon. Okay. So it's not like Bouch is like closing on these guys quickly, right?
No.
So as he rolls up, Leon's like, well, I'm closer. He's peeling off and he's not a threat. And he's rolling up top. I would figure Bouch might as well just stay down low. And it's not like he didn't have time to like stop and then like take a couple quick strides back towards his net where he would have been in totally fine position to like intercept the pass if it came through. He kind of just lazily turns around and kind of as he does it, he realizes that the guy might be passing it. So he's facing towards the guy who's wide open in front of the net. And he just kind of like swings his stick.
Yeah, it
so
like
it's the fucking body language and like the quick twitch and you're a fucking defenseman.
You left out the best part.
Defenseman.
The best part was, honestly, I might have laughed more at this than the turnover. Did you see right after the goal goes in, he like one hand scoops the puck out of the net and then has the stick go around his body and grab it on the other side? Like,
It's fucking unbelievable.
Why?
It's unbelievable. Normally, a guy would be taking a slap shot against the boards
Yeah.
He's
breaking
working
it.
on his one-handed toe drags.
No,
Like, I love
couldn't
him.
believe that's how his response
Same.
was just like, oh, let me grab that. And the stick's back here. I got to grab it over.
I have said this. I would never wear another man's jersey with another man's name on my back. I'm getting a Bush jersey. Like,
Yeah.
Bacardi Bush.
And I'm guessing that he, listen, this is talking out of turn. I'm not in that locker room, but
I love him.
would be surprised if he's not coming in the locker room like, we'll get him tomorrow, boys. Like, I don't.
Hey,
if
did you guys see
grabbing
that
the puck-
one-hand toe
If you're
drag?
grabbing the puck, if you did that turnover on the second goal, and then you're grabbing the puck out of the net on the OT winner like that, there's no way you're coming in the room like pissed off.
He leans over to Skinner. He's like, hey, did you see that rocket in the fourth row behind you after they buried
No,
that
he's like,
OT
you
winner?"
see my one-handed toe drag out of the when I got the puck out of the
Biz,
crease?
imagine what Dave King would have done to me if I did a behind the back toe drag.
Getting the stick on the other side of the body is straight
It's
up
amazing.
men's league. Like, you just lost in overtime to the Buffalo Sabres.
He's
And-
walking.
and-
He's walking in. Everybody's fucking fuming. He's like, "You guys see what the 50-50 was tonight?"
And he's flipping the puck up on his stick as he's walking in the room. He's like, "Hey, what's up, boys? Look at this! Woo!" He's like Swaggy P.
He's Swaggy P.
Oh, hey,
I
did you
fucking
see
love
that?
him.
Did you see that recent video that Swaggy P posted where it got shared?
That's
maybe
old. That's old. That's the most ridiculous move where he catches it in the air, toe drags it in the air.
Okay.
Insane.
That one was
just-
old, I think. It
It just came across my timeline where I was like, this thing got shared like over 300,000 times. And there was like celebrity rockets in his messages being like, that's the sexiest thing I've ever seen. Like, he's getting laid because he's doing these fucking moves, man. No
So
wonder
I'm
Bruce
a
is
little
backhand toe
older
dragging.
than Swaggy P. So I had to ask Keith, like, I never played against him or anything growing up, but Keith had mentioned, so for people who know Swaggy P as an influencer with some of the silkiest, nastiest mitts you've ever seen, he was unreal at hockey. Like, Keith, you lost to them 6-5 and he had 6 points, right?
No, it was 6-7.
6-7.
No, I think it was 8-7. They had 10 shots on net. Swaggy had 7 points. And yeah, they beat us 8. But he would, like, you would think he was just like a dangler. He fucking worked his dick off, Biz. He was in the fight. He was a nasty player, man. He was if he was 3 inches bigger, he'd still be playing.
Hey, that's why you put him on the Boston Stranglers for
Yeah.
the Chiclets Cup. No wonder.
Hey,
What a guy too.
The Bush turnover, remember Gabrick came on and he said that story where I turned one over to him?
Bush's was way worse than yours.
It was the same exact thing.
No,
Except
You
it wasn't in
passed it.
HD, which is nice.
you passed it, I thought.
I thought he like hit it off my stick, but either way.
I thought you kind of dished it to him. That one was like, "Hey, I'm doing a 5-on-0 breakout at the beginning of practice," and then, "Oh, there's a guy here. We're playing an NHL game, and it's Tage Thompson." Also, shout out 6-7. I had this guy DM me, Whit, if you're not counting to 7 when breaking the team down, you're missing out. I'm coaching an 8U team in Michigan and say Muskie's on 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the team loses it. So I have a new thing for the team. Also, somebody sent me a new 6-7 handshake. Keith, I shared that one with you. Anyone who hates 6-7,
Fucking
you
hate
hate
'em.
me.
Don't listen
you
to
hate
the pod.
me too. And you can hate me and hate 6-7, but I ain't stopping.
I wish you were 6'7".
I would,
we
fight,
doing,
I would
kids?
fight someone to the death who didn't like 6-7.
6-7.
Swords.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Hey, game prior though, Buffalo got smoked by Calgary. I think if the final was 7-4, and apparently Tage Thompson after the game was like still in his gear and just so rattled. So
Really?
a huge win after fucking being up 3, giving up the lead in the third period, and then getting the OT dub. It was Tuck who scored the OT dub, right?
Yeah, and I saw Pete
Unbelievable pass by McLeod. Like he's on the wall and you can see like he does the shoulder look and he doesn't try to just get it to him quick. He's like, all right, let me hold off Leon and let Bush get the puck out of the net and toe drag it. But like he made such a good play, just like shoulder checking, not trying to force it right away and gets it to his forehand or whatever and makes an unbelievable pass.
I could talk about Bush for the next 20 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love him.
Pete Blackburn tweeted, not the only goal that, or something to the extent of like, we could see Alex Tuck scoring more goals at Rogers this year.
Yeah.
I would do anything to have Alex Tuck on that team. I don't know
But
how
buddy,
you
that
get
just
that
means
done.
another year of them not making playoffs like that.
Oh,
if
Buffalo's
that's
not making the playoffs. What are you talking about?
I listen. I get where you're coming from. Is a huge win to get that 2 points. They're not that far from a wild card. Where they 7 points out of a spot would be. They'd have to go on a miracle run here. I know the look you're giving me, but at a certain point, things got to fucking turn around now, don't they? I called them pathetic online. Their whole fan base is attacking me. Their
fan base is the best.
I know, but
their fan base doesn't deserve this.
No,
but
they
their
don't.
fan base knows we ain't making the playoffs. Like Biz. I actually was reminded because Heat Daddy and Schmaltzy did like a show in Buffalo last week.
Yeah, they were
and
there
I saw
for a
the
week.
pictures they posted. And all the Sabres fans, like all the Sabres gear they have, like all the old jerseys. And I kind of thought back to when Carolina won it, when Buffalo lost in Game 7 that year with, I think, one regular defenseman playing, like everyone was out, and the Brian Campbell over the glass penalty. And I just thought back to the Chris Drury, Daniel Briere. That arena and that city is such a hockey town.
Tim Conley, remember how good Tim Conley was?
It makes me sick for them. They are a top 5 fan base in the NHL.
What can we do for
They're showing
them?
up. They're watching the playoffs more than some of the cities with the teams in the playoffs, and they can't get in the playoffs. And they're not making it this year, and it makes me sick to say I love you, Buffalo. I love you. But I'm sorry.
0.00%.
0.000%.
No, give them at least 1%. Come on, we love Buffalo. Give them a percent,
but
Whit.
I'm being a realist here, guys. Right now, they are sitting in dead last in the Eastern Conference. They're 7 points out of the second wild card spot. They have to hop 8 teams, boys. It
Do they have
doesn't
any
matter
games
that
in
you're
hand?
7 points back when you have 8 teams above you.
Any game in hand?
Not 10.
Let's see. Everyone else has games in hand.
Fuck.
No, they got a game in hand on one team. The New York Rangers and the New York Islanders.
Okay, all the New York teams in the mix.
And
Nice.
the Bruins. Who, what a run by the Bruins. Tied for the top of the Atlantic Division. right now.
Unreal.
Incredible. And I said last night in the group chat, that Fraser Minton, who seemed to be, somebody in the group chat said he was maybe a throw-in in the Carlo deal. It was a first rounder in Minton. Like, I don't think it was considered that way by Toronto or Boston's brass. But that kid, man, he's a 200-foot player. He's big. He can move. I like his game a lot. And he was playing with Pastrnak in St. Louis. So watch out for that line.
That's going
Pastrnak
to go down as
He
a
had-
tough trade.
He had 3 assists. Pasta.
We
first game
got
back.
Carlo for this year, and he's out right now. I think he's having surgery. Somebody said so. He's probably going to be out the next couple months, unless Carlo comes back and has the fucking second half and playoff run of a lifetime. That's an L. And I know that we needed a D-man, and I know we needed one that was not heavy on the books. He's not making much money, and they retain salary. So, hey, at least we're in win now mode. But fuck, man, that one might come back to bite us.
I think the Mitten kid, too, like just being traded to Boston, he's getting more of an opportunity than he ever would his first few years in Toronto. So, he's taking advantage of it. So, credit to him. And, it just goes to show you no matter what, like you just need that opportunity, right? You see, you talked about Ryan Shea earlier. Like guys just need that opportunity to play and showcase themselves. And you got to give him credit for going out there and doing it. Now he's playing with fucking pasta.
We got a fucking tire pump management too, man. We were pretty hard on Sweeney and Neely, and even in the offseason with some of the moves, I'm like, they're going to be fucking top 5 worst teams in the league.
Well, what did I say last night? What did I say? They can sign and trade like with the best of them. They just can't draft. Their sign and trades are awesome. Like that's Steve's kid. He led the AHL in scoring. He looks great. Like that. I mean, that's not a super risky signing, but they found something there that works.
Geeky, obviously.
And even that year they lost to Florida. Yeah, Geeky. Even the year they lost to Florida, like they brought in Bertuzzi, they brought in Hall, like
Halsey.
they brought in Lindholm that year from Anaheim. And it just kind of seems with the draft, they can't do anything. But signing and trading, they're solid.
Whit, I think the most important thing they've done is retool their prospects. I mean, that's something we've been so hard on Sweeney at. And you look, there's one team in the NHL that has 4 prospects or 3 or more prospects in the NCAA with 9 or more goals. That's the Boston Bruins.
That doesn't do anything for me.
Why not?
Yeah, well, just because it's college, you don't know if it's going to transfer.
And they were also the only team in the league with no players in the World Juniors last year. So it's like,
but it's a proper way to evaluate. Yeah, but then he went out in this offseason and traded for him. Like that Will Zellers, that kid they got as a throw-in in the Charlie Coyle trade, he's leading freshman scorers in scoring this year in the NCAA.
Yeah, he's nice. He's nice.
He's nasty.
I'm just saying, like, scoring goals in college, like, it doesn't really mean much to me.
Yeah.
Unless it's like with a resume coming in and like a background of like, all right, yeah, like this kid scored at every level. He's a high pick. He's scoring in college like he's supposed to. But like kids with 10 goals in college right now, like a lot of those kids aren't going to play in the NHL.
I think something that else is super encouraging is Dean Latorno. I mean, this is a kid everyone said was a bust last year. He went to BC a year early. Talk about 6'7". He's 6'7" in height. That's pretty fucking sick. He's got 9 goals this year. He looks awesome for BC.
Give him a max deal.
Yeah, in fairness to that kid, he was supposed to go play juniors for a year, and then Will Smith left, and so they had him come. So, like, obviously it was kind of a disaster for him last year, but he wasn't even supposed to be playing college hockey yet.
Exactly.
And he does look good, dude, and he's a monster.
He's the kid. Isn't his dad a trainer or was a trainer for Anaheim? Is that the same kid?
No, that's Sean. What's his Skahan? He's a defenseman.
He's huge too, right?
Monster defenseman. I think he was a relatively high pick. He can move. He's big. I think the Wild picked him. Yeah, good guy. He was my trainer in Anaheim. He used to come up to me and be like, "Hey man, like after the game, big win." He's like, "You got to hit the bike for 30." I was like, "What?
30?"
And he looked so sad too. He's like, "Randy, man, he's I'm sorry. I don't want to do this to you." And it was all Randy just telling him what to do. Bully.
Randy.
Bully. Oh, I had such a great Bob Murray bashing session with someone. Very, very successful in the game of hockey. It was so fun. That Anaheim crew, Bob Murray and Randy Carlyle, what a joy to be around those guys were. Holy fuck.
Was it recently?
Oh, yeah, but we're not saying the name. We're not saying the name. Coast to coast night.
I know. I'm fucking.
Oh, I didn't know
zipping
you
up.
knew. I didn't know you knew. I thought you couldn't remember. Biz, I do want to shout out the Leafs. Great shutout at home Monday night against Tampa.
Held the beast. I told you about goaltending,
You
buddy.
did tell me about the beast.
I told you about goaltending. We got 3 guys in the pipeline. I've been saying it since last year. It's huge. So unreal performance. That's a big one against Tampa. Great team right now, and we're staying afloat. That's it. We're staying afloat. No more, not as much drama as there was. We just need to keep winning, 3 or 4 of every 5 games, and we'll be good to go.
Any news when Tanny's coming back, Tanev?
I don't know, because right now they got no Tanev and no Carlo. Or is
They
Tanev?
need Tanev. Tanev's the number 1 guy for me on that back end.
So does Montreal suck?
Does Montreal Canadiens?
It's Fowler time. It's Fowler time.
He got called up.
Yeah, so hopefully this kid can go on a run.
Well, Dobish has had some good games, just been inconsistent.
I think Dobish is like incredible or horrible, which is a nightmare scenario for a goaltender.
Yeah,
like,
that's exactly
you'd rather
what
the guy just be decent half the time than be out of this world one night and a straight up sieve the next night. So, I mean, Tampa just put a beating on them last night.
Is Tanev still out from when he got hit and stretchered off or whatever? From his neck or whatever?
The neck, yeah.
God, I thought he was coming back. All right. My
Need
bad.
him back. He's the key to that back end.
Oh.
But that Jacob Fowler, who he was incredible at Boston College. I think he won the USHL championship prior to that. Has basically won wherever he's been. He has been great in the AHL for Laval, and they called him up. It's kind of a situation where you could see like a young guy coming into a young team, getting his chance and running with it. Like, I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, Montreal's had plenty of instances before. Ken Dryden comes in as a rookie, wins the cup. Patrick Waugh comes in as a young kid, wins the cup. I'm not saying he's going to come in and win the cup, but I could see him come in and be awesome. Carey Price was great from the get-go. So Jacob Fowler, the goalie of the future for the Montreal Canadiens, gets his chance. So that's exciting.
I know they didn't, like, they wanted him to go all year in the minors and just play down there, whether, they didn't think that Dobish and Montembeault were going to be this bad right now, because this last stretch of hockey for them hasn't been great. They were good in the beginning, especially Dobish was unreal in the beginning of the year, but it's one of those things where their hands are forced right now. You got to bring him up. You got to give him a look. Worst case, he goes back down, plays more games, but from everything that I've talked to people about or read about, like he's a gamer. He wants the net. Like, I don't think he's going to be, even playing at home in Montreal as a goalie is going to be intimidating, but I don't think he's one of those guys where it hits him. Like, he's just like fucking gamer.
Yep. Also, I think Montreal would probably be like the place I would choose to play my first game. Now, I don't know if his first games would be on the road or at home, but if that's your first like example or what is the word I'm looking for? Like your first taste
intro
to the NHL, you're just like, holy shit, this is what it's like.
Where was your first game with?
New Jersey at Continental Arena.
Oh God.
Yours is overseas, right, Biz?
Yeah, I was at the Globe.
My first game, I was on a 5-on-3 with Mario Lemieux, Mark Recchi, Sergei Gonchar, and Sidney Crosby. So I didn't really.
How'd that turn out?
I didn't really give a fuck what.
Did you get an apple?
I did get an apple that game.
Woo! First game.
Wow.
I think I did. I had 3 assists the next game. I know that.
What the fuck?
And then
that's when you know you're going to be around a while.
And then Rick Jackman came up to me and goes, "It's not this easy, kid." And it wasn't.
He wasn't wrong.
You were right, sir. Biz, I have another question for you, Maple Leafs related. A few years back, if you remember that sociopath Trouba, he slashed Trent Frederick in the face and got a fine.
Oh,
Bobby
yeah,
McMann,
you're talking about
Bobby McMahon looked like it was very similar, and he got a suspension.
It looked a little bit more accidental than that. Come on. No. The one that was on Bjorkstrand?
Yeah, so you thought that Trouba wasn't as bad?
No, I thought
he thinks Trouba's is worse.
I thought that was worse.
Yeah, and Trouba got a fine, and McMahon got suspended. I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know if you were just trying to stir it up or what you were asking. Like, I didn't think that he deserved to get a game suspension. It looked like it was like partly accidental. Like it looked like it was accidental. So one game, sure. That's a tough loss to the Leafs because I feel like that line's been incredible. Like their third line has been a big catalyst for the group. So just the league fucking the Leafs again. Nothing to see here.
I mean, you do have to have control of your stick, and it's your responsibility when it's in your hand. So I get it. Like you hit somebody in the face, but yeah, it does seem a little hypocritical.
I just feel like if you're going to suspend somebody for a slash to the face, it's almost like a fine or a 10-gamer. Like you're either doing it on purpose and it's 10 games, or it's like, hey, Trouba just slashed Frederick in the temple, but I could tell it was momentum and he didn't mean to, so we're going to fine him. But then McMahon does it and gets suspended. So, Biz, I'm with you. And I'm not looking to agree with you on the day the Paige Spiranac, Paul Bissonnette, Sandbagger drops, but I agree with you. I agree
power
with
couple.
you. The power couple. Can't even say her name last right.
What if in a few pods? I don't even know if she's got a husband or fiance or boyfriend. What if in a few pods I came on, I said, "Hey boys, me and Paige got a dog. It's getting serious."
Oh man.
And then, hey guys, this is 2 weeks later. Hey guys, Paige has the dog. This sucks, left. But I get to see him every 6 weeks.
When you dropped that video recently of the snake you killed, that puppy you had then was so cute.
Oh, when did I drop that video?
Where did that pop up? Was that?
No, I think you just showed us.
No, you must have saw that.
Oh, they put it in the pod. G's saying.
Oh, you guys did?
I didn't.
Are they able to pull it back up?
Recently.
Yeah, that's Packer.
Do you see
that was
him
Packer
still?
the pit bull. Oh, I see him all the time. Yeah.
What
maybe not all the time. I think the last time I saw him was probably like 5-6 months ago. No, 5-6 months ago. I just don't talk to that ex as much anymore. But there's no animosity there.
Yeah.
That was Annie. Katie was my last one.
Instead of every other weekend, it's every weekend on a leap year.
He gets to see them every 6 weeks in dog years.
Yeah. That's why I don't have kids. I'd fucking see him every couple of years.
Speaking of kids, the puke in my mouth, it got me. Remember I was wondering?
Shocker.
I know. You
Monday
were
night,
cocky too. You're
Monday night,
fucking
8:05. I go, oh no, the rumbling coming out both ends. And wouldn't you know, I have this world-class toilet that cleans your 5-hole after you poop.
No.
It's insane. It's unbelievable. And on a night when I needed my 5-hole cleaned more than ever,
it wasn't working.
Broke.
Oh my God.
No, I was like, this is insane. Like, how is this thing broken right now?
That's,
dude, I was all night.
That's
and
straight comma for you saying, I think I'm immune to it. I got the iron
you did
gut.
say that. You were getting
this can't
cocky.
touch me. Your toilet heard it and said, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Your booty hole heard it, said, fuck this
Yeah.
guy. And your mouth heard it and said, fuck this guy.
No, this guy's getting cocky.
Oh my God. I was like, this is hell. And then yesterday I didn't move. I'm talking, I got up like 3 times to like go to the bathroom, but it was all done. But I was so wounded yesterday. I was just, and you know, I was hearing it. I was, you know, how are you feeling this bad? It's over. When I had this, I was fine right after. I'm like, I'm different than you. I'm not iron gut. And then I just got the call before we started. Ryder in the middle of class, all over the desk. Boom.
No.
The last Whitney to get it. And he's playing goalie. He's playing goalie this weekend in tonight's practice. So he's going to be going into net Sunday morning, 6:20 a.m. game down the Cape. I'm like,
Down the Cape?
These 6:20 a.m. games are just kicking the nuts.
We gotta give a couple clicks to all the janitors out there and the school teachers that like when he yucks, like who do they just call the janitor and he comes up and cleans it?
No,
Bring in RA's world.
It's old school. They
Shout out to
they make
RA.
the kid who puked actually grind through it and clean it up. It's teaching responsibility and what you have to do to be successful in life, Biz.
Remember they used to just throw wood chips on it? Like you just see piles of wood chips. I'd be like, guys, this ain't doing it.
RA's smoking the wood chips. They're like, sir, those are for a puke.
He's got a wood chip in his background.
So we are Amazon people here. We did same here. We did Amazon Coast to Coast. We got a couple more of those this year. Monday night is Prime Monday Night Hockey game this week. It's the Jets at the Senators. Prime Monday Night Hockey is available free to Prime members in Canada. Start your free trial, primevideo.com. For the full Prime Monday Night Hockey schedule, visit primevideo.com/NHL.
That's a big one, boys.
It is a big one for both these teams.
Stink.
Both these teams. And I think it was Tuesday night. The Devils beat Ottawa at home. Brady had a couple of assists. It was kind of surprising the Devils pulled that one on. I think they scored late in the third, if I'm correct.
Allmark's leaking oil again.
Allmark's horrible right now. Allmark's horrible. Yeah, Cody Glass scored the winner with like 7 minutes to go. So Ottawa loses that game. The Jets, they need Hellebuck back. I would be very worried about Allmark if I'm Ottawa, though. What's that contract? 7 more years?
Allmark?
Yeah.
Oh, it's got to be.
Didn't he sign when he went over there, G?
Yeah, so maybe he did have an 8-year deal.
Looks like he's only
4
signed
year.
until 2029. Yeah,
Sorry.
4 years.
It was a 4-year deal. I figured, yeah, this is the first. So he's got 3 more after this year, but I mean, they were banking on him being their guy, and it is not pretty right now. So both teams going through goaltending issues, both teams who need a win. The broadcasts on those games are awesome. Biz, you've mentioned how they play the warm-ups. I know it's odd to mention warm-ups, but it is cool just to see warm-ups with no audio. You're just hearing the on-ice level and seeing how guys go through their routine before games. So I don't know what's going on.
Listen, if there's some of you who like grew up playing hockey and you're just hockey enthusiasts, or some of you maybe even other played, but you're just like so obsessed with hockey. If you've had a long day at work, chaotic household, and you get some time alone to just like turn on the game, if you put on this Miller time beforehand where there's no commentators talking, it's just audio and video of the guys warming up, and it'll pan to like Crosby doing his stick handling on the Golden Arches, it'll pan to the goaltender, Bobrovsky doing his fun little warm up, right? Whoever that game is. So, and just hearing like pucks go off the posts and off the glass, and that, the stick handling sound, I just found it was very therapeutic. And actually, before we started the broadcast, I had my earpieces in and I was just watching. And I would say that that's the most calm I ever went into a broadcast, because I was in a trance. I was in a hockey trance. So if you want a little bit of breathing therapy before games, go check out Miller Time before puck drop. Don't look at me like that, Jans. You think I'm
It's like hockey's version of the never-ending fireplace over the holidays. That's
exactly.
Yes.
What
Wow.
an example, man.
Which I love.
Second
throwing
best
on once in a
example of the
while.
day.
I love throwing it on. Right? It's a great thing to look
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
at. You know the next line?
Nope.
Oh, if you did, dude, I was going to be so impressed.
Nobody
pulled
knows
your
the
cock
next
out?
line. Nobody knows the next line of that one.
We never talked about this new hockey show that's out. This what is it called? Heated Rivalry?
Oh, yeah, that's
So-
making waves.
So how about this one? So I haven't seen it. So we're at Coast to Coast, and I get like tagged in a tweet, and someone's like, "I wonder if Biz is watching this Heated Rivalry." And I thought that they were like making light of the fact that like Toronto and Carolina is like not typically a heated rivalry, but there was like a few moments in the game where like, okay, like whatever. So at that point, I was going through my silent strike. And then I was doing this on the Coast to Coast broadcast where I did my hood up and I only had one eye out watching the game, and I refused to talk for the last 7 minutes until the Leafs won the game. So I saw that, and since I wasn't talking and I wasn't really involved in the Coast to Coast broadcast for those 7 minutes, there it is. If you're watching the YouTube channel, you can see it. So do you guys think Biz is watching Heated Rivalry? And I read it quick, so I thought they were like this Heated Rivalry. So I replied with a picture of just my one eye, which kind of looks like I'm looking through a butthole, given the fact that I tied up my sweater and it's just peeking out. So all of a sudden, all these like anim accounts and obviously people who might be gay started going crazy at the fact that this Heated Rivalry show has absolutely taken off. And Avery warned us, the hockey smut novels are like top of the list right now. People are going crazy for these. And this kind of falls under that category where I guess every 10 minutes, these guys are just teeing off on each other's assholes. And
Wait,
there's
it's a
obviously
show?
It's a show. It's a show, and it's apparently pretty graphic. So it's why don't you come on and talk about this, whatever you know. Avery was doing a breakdown on his Twitter, and he's all over it. Or
Yeah,
his Instagram.
it's taken over right now. I feel like everywhere you go, people are talking about this. And yeah, Sean Avery's breakdown with the pointer, it was
Of
like
the
2.5
sex
minutes. Oh yeah, he gets into everything. He's breaking it down with the pointer. It's unbelievable.
And I guess it's pretty graphic. And there's something going on every 10 minutes where the premise is these two rivals who are playing against each other. Like at one point, they're even doing a press conference talking about this battle they're about to go to, and they're playing footsies underneath the table at the press conference.
Like you and Paige in the cart.
Exactly.
You know who has seen every
Paige was
episode is
Peter.
R.A.
RA's seen it?
RA's seen every
Okay.
episode.
You're
so maybe we
surprised
send this
RA's
in-
seen a TV show?
I just didn't know he would be as quick to the gun on this one. So I guess we could bring him in after we send it to Santino. So I'll hand it over to you, Whit, but I want to talk to RA about Heated Rivalry and guys teeing off on each other's buttholes.
Yeah, let's yeah, exactly. Andrew Santino is an all-time comedian, very successful. We got to know him at the Internet Invitational. We were supposed to do a Sandbagger with him. We're going to do that, but it got rained out in LA, so we sat down with him. A hilarious 90 minutes. I promise you guys, if you like laughing, you'll enjoy this. An unreal guy, and we appreciate him coming on. So without further ado, Andrew Santino. Just take a minute here, guys, and talk about Body Armor. This episode is presented to you by Body Armor Flash IV. Flash IV delivers faster, longer-lasting hydration with over 2,000 milligrams of electrolytes and no artificial dyes or sweeteners like those other drinks. None of the crap, none of the stuff that shouldn't go into your body, right? It's just 2,000 milligrams of electrolytes. So whether you're training, traveling, or just feeling the heat, work hard. Hydrate hard with Body Armor Flash IV and grab yours today at a local 7-Eleven convenience store. Guys, let's just take a moment and talk about Game Time. We are a few days into the 12 days of Game Time, which means they are giving away prizes every day with a $5,000 grand prize at the end. If you still have not entered, go to 12daysofgametime.com. It is free and only takes a few seconds. This season, Game Time is celebrating the moments that made people fans, and they have been enabling those moments for the past 12 years now. So RA talked about all the moments he's been at. This week, I will be at the last game ever at Matthews Arena, an incredible venue that's had so many memorable moments for Northeastern hockey and many, many other hockey games over the past 100 years. $100 right now on Game Time to get in to see BU play Northeastern at the last game ever at Matthews Arena. These are the types of moments Game Time is celebrating. Go to 12daysofgametime.com today for a chance to experience one of those moments. What is up, folks? We are in LA with a good buddy, a pal, a comedian, an actor, a golfer, and a man who has been big-timed by Biz Nasty at this point. Andrew Santino, what's going on, buddy?
Well, we were supposed to golf, and he's like, I'm not spending that much time with that asshole in a cart.
No, I wanted to golf, but you guys chose to come to LA the only time it rains the whole year. And it rained for 4 days straight. And we were talking, we were texting about it, and I said, might be the day, might be good, might be bad. But it was cart path only. We wouldn't have had a good day.
No, we don't need that for the Sandbagger.
No, I'm not doing that.
We need to be, and you would have had to play with Biz. You need more time in the cart with him.
No. Biz and I would have tore it up today.
Yeah.
Buddy, cart path only, though, that would have been a 9-hour round.
At
You
least.
would have hated my
At
guts.
least. No, yeah. No, I would have still loved you, but I'd have been drinking a lot more than I usually would have. I'd have been smashing them back, dude. The walk from the cart to I just played in Phoenix, and they had to do that too because they just like overseated and reopened.
Yeah.
And they were like carts only. And at some point I was like, should have walked.
You walk way more when you do cart
I was like,
path
we should have
only.
just walked with they had the caddy carry the bags because the caddy's just walking. He's walking way less steps. We got to go back and forth. And it's desert golf. So if you hit it out of bounds at all, or like even off into the shit, you're
done.
walking twice as far. Go back, get a club, come back. I was like, no.
Bring 3 clubs, none of them are the right club.
Hate that, dude.
Walk back.
Also, the one caddy didn't even have a gun. He's going off his brain. He's like,
Oh, it
this
was
has gotta be-
Molosi.
Did he have the slope on?
Yeah, he had the slope on. He goes, there's got to be 184. I was like, got to be or is? What is it? He goes, I know this course, man. I was like, all right, fine. You know.
Sail one.
Last night was the first time I've seen you live, and you mentioned that you were in Arizona and that you found the people very dumb.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he went to ASU.
I went to ASU.
Yeah.
I know my own kind. Dude, Harvard of the West. I mean, whenever somebody goes, why did you go to ASU? It's like, dude, I couldn't get into any other school. You know, did you guys do, when you were in high school, did you do ACTs or SATs?
Never went.
SAT.
You never went to high school?
Well, I
SATs.
barely graduated.
Yeah, same. But I did ACTs. Okay, if you didn't do ACT, the numbers, okay.
What's it out of 36? What'd you get?
24.
Oh, that's real bad?
I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Dude, you should be sniffing 30 for sure. If you have any brain cells.
So you weren't getting in anywhere else?
Dude, I was doing drugs and alcohol in high school. I wanted to do sports, hook up with chicks and party. And I thought high school is going to figure itself out. And then by the time I got to the end, everybody's like, I'm committed to Iowa. I'm going to U of I. I'm going to da-da. And I was like, I'm going nowhere, dude. I got nothing. And my dad's best friend's son, who him and I became friends because we'd go to college football together. He was like, my cousin goes to Arizona State. You should come and visit with me. And I go,
He's an idiot.
I was like, I don't even know how I'll get into there, dude.
Wow.
We went out to ASU together, took mushrooms, went to a house party, sat on what would be my future dorm, which is kind of surreal. We sat on the porch out there and, smoking a cigarette. And I was like, we should go to school here, dude. And he was like, we really should. And we did. We literally did. It was like stoner mentality manifested truth. We went for a year, and then he was a bright kid. He was like actually smart. And between freshman, sophomore, summer, he knocked a girl up and never came back. And I never saw the kid ever again.
No, don't even know what he's doing now either.
No idea.
He's teaching at ASU.
Yeah, he probably, No, he got a girl from home pregnant. He went back home and knocked up a girl. So he stayed at home with his mom and dad.
Oh,
so the idiot lasted. Kids at home, listen up. If you're an idiot, it might work out.
Out of state tuition there is insane, isn't it? How'd you afford
when
that?
I was in school, out of state wasn't that expensive. It was one of the cheapest out of state schools in the country. You can look that up. In 2000, I went there in 2002. It was it's one of the cheapest out of state schools because they wanted out of state kids. It was a lot of in state kids. Now it's dude, you go to ASU now, it's $1 billion. It's way too big. It's
You're
just
never
looks like
getting out of student debt.
No, who cares? You don't have to pay it off. Thanks, Obama.
Thanks a lot. Did you start doing comedy then? When did you know, like, I got to try stand-up?
Yeah, college, I really loved it. I tried to sneak my way into. I even said that the club I played, played the Tempe Improv, and I've never played it, which is crazy because when I would go back, I would do other clubs, and then I started doing theaters, so I never got a chance to go. But in college, I used to see a chick that was working there, and she would give me tickets, so I used to go watch stand-up. But I was too scared. I was 20 years old. I was like, I'm not going on these. You know what I mean?
Were you writing stuff though?
Like, yeah, I was, but I wasn't gonna. I don't know what I was gonna do with it.
Yeah.
But I was just putting it down. I was putting down ideas, or I'd write like a sketch or something, and I didn't have the balls to go because back then Arizona had one club. Maybe there was one more way up north, but now there's like 6.
Right.
Yeah.
The world is different. But so I was like, I'll just start when I get to LA. And on the 4th of July, I got in a U-Haul, moved to Long Beach, and slept on a guy's lazy boy for a couple of months until I got enough money to I got a job, and then I got a roommate, and then I moved up to LA.
So what was your job while you were trying to be a comedian? You had to get a real job.
Oh, dude, I had so many gigs.
Like real shit jobs, I bet.
I was hooking up with this girl who was a physical therapist. Oh, dude, this is so mean too. She had like really like she was beautiful, but she had like thinning hair, and all my buddies behind my back called her hairpiece. And dude, they were like headpiece, and I was like, "Are you saying herpes, dude? She doesn't have herpes." And they're like, "No, headpiece," because she was Middle Eastern. Dude, they were lighting me up. But thanks to headpiece, I got myself a job at the PT office. So I got to work at a physical therapy office as like a gopher. It was like clean shit up, put the mats away,
go get us a roller,
check people in.
Peasant.
Yeah, but also the dude that ran the place loved me, so he was like, "Hey man, I'll give you some extra hours because I needed the cash." And he was like, "I can't, you can't work with any of the doctors." He's like, "That's illegal." But he's like, "But you can just stay by me, and I'll give you extra money if you like do more for me." So that dude helped me out. That was my first gig.
Were you like the life of the party, and would you try that material?
Oh, I was
out with
cracking
your
jokes
buddies?
the whole time. Yeah, like there was an old lady, and if they were like, "Hey, can you get her on this roller?" and I'd help her get on the thing, and I'd be like, "If you fart when I put you on this, it's not a big deal. Most people fart on these things." So I'd give them comedy and relief, and when they would fart, I'd be like, "Dude, this lady just farted on the call her out."
Get on the PA.
Yeah. I was like, "This woman just farted on table 9. No, but it was like a way for me to just start that drumming up. But every gig I had was me trying out, just I've always been a jag-off, like my whole life. So then I served, I did bartending and serving and all that nonsense. And then when I moved to LA, a dude got me a job. My first job was working at a studio as like a PA, a production assistant, just running Gopher again. And then after that, a guy was like, a dude I knew in a band was like, "Hey, there's this music touring company. They need someone to just push paper." And I needed a day job because at night you want to do stand-up. So I would work, till 4:30 and then go to the club and go to the open mics. And I'd go across the street to the Comedy Store, do the mics, and then go to the East Side and do little, whatever putts around shows. And then drink all night and then do it all over again every day for years and years.
That Comedy Store, like we watched you last night. It was awesome. It was David Spade, yourself. What was it? Nick Kroll. I recognize that name.
Spade, Kroll, Eliza
There's
Schlesinger.
2 rooms. I've actually never been to the one we went to last night. I would always go to
more than 2.
There's 3. Well, that one's
3.
called the main room. That's the biggest. That's like 450. There's the original room, the OR, the one that you guys went to on accident.
Oh man, I walked in and this poor kid, he was just, I felt for him. He was struggling, you could tell he knew he was struggling, and I was like, Santino still has to do like this stuff? And then Keith's like, "Dude, I don't think we're in the right room."
No.
We went in and boom, it was you.
That's the open mic room. That's where the young guys who are doing
you were
3
there.
minutes.
You were in that room.
Yeah, brother.
you're not
Everybody
getting
goes
paid.
to those rooms. No, you don't get paid. Usually you're losing money doing those. Usually you got to pay for parking or, you're paying for gas, parking, and whatever. And, so you're not making a dime on that. You're losing money most nights trying to get up. And all you want to do is do your best 3 minutes. It's 3 minutes, which I can't do 3 minutes now. I don't know. I mean, we do an hour. So like 3 minutes is like, I said hello.
Last night you were 20 minutes and you could, that's nothing.
No, that's a cakewalk. That's the way we do it is like when you start to build an hour of material, you do, I like to do it in like either 4 15-minute chunks or 3 20-minute chunks. So when we do the store, in my mind, I'll do my my middle or my beginning chunk of the hour to work it out. And then sometimes I'll move bits around to see which works where better, you know?
Being in the OR, as you call it, like the
original
JV, right? Like,
well, see, that's only because it was Monday. On regular, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the weekends, headliners do go in there. It's just like the showcase room, kind of you're working out material. And then when you get into the main room, sometimes we do both. But you go into the main room, that's more of like a show. You gotta play a show.
Yeah,
I mean,
you gotta
not everybody does, but I think you should. The woman that ran the club, Pauly Shore's mom, Mitzi Shore, that was her thing. She was like, test out your shit in here and get your ass in there and kill,
She was like a mafia boss almost.
She didn't fuck around. Yeah. If you didn't crush, dude, you'd get relegated.
Wow.
Next day. Also, if you had a bad set, and if you weren't a good guy, like if you kind of had an attitude or you were just not, she was quick to be like, no sets next week. You would put in for spots. We put in for spots before the week and then they'll text you, hey, you're on Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday or whatever. And if you weren't killing and you weren't doing good, you'd get no spots the next week. Sometimes you wouldn't get spots. I saw guys, they wouldn't get spots for a month because they weren't bringing it.
Oh.
And it was but it's, hey, if you're not doing well on the ice, you're going to hear about it.
You're losing
ice time.
You know what I mean? It's like, that's the same world. And I think that's appropriate. Like, if you're trying to become a professional and you're not playing to your ability, you got to go practice then. Then go get your ass out, go work out material, go write, and then you can earn it back, which I think it's a noble way to see who's going to really make it or who's going to really like have the balls to stick around and put in the work instead of just, I'm doing my best. It's like your best is shit.
But when you say that's what putting in the work, that's hard because like, hockey, you can work on different things. Comedy, if you're not doing well, you got to question like, am I funny enough? Right? Like, how do you improve? Like, you obviously got better.
Yeah. As to you, well, honestly, there's no secret. It's writing a lot and working it out. So you have to write a lot and go try it somewhere and write and try. I'm at a place in my career, I'm lucky. Like I built a big audience. Like it's different now. But when I was young, you just had to do the work and have the balls to put it out there and actually believe in it and sell it. You're a salesman, dude. You're a joke salesman. If you can't sell the joke, why would they buy it? If you don't believe in it, why would they laugh?
Yeah.
So you've got to sell them. Like you've got to give it to them. And I know like at my level or at when you start to get an audience, every dickhead's like, I could do that. He looks so comfortable. It's like, well, that's my, that's
you
like.
should have seen the beginning.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you should have seen what it first looked like.
A lot of scar tissue. I was going to ask you about the dynamic behind the scenes there. So, like for instance, last night, is there about 50 people back there, like comedians between both rooms?
No, because when we're done, we usually go home. Like with you guys, like the moment I was out, I was like, I'm out. Let's go. When you're young, you stick around. But when you get older, a lot of guys, married, you have families, you got other shit to do. You reach an age where you just get in, you get out. I'm there 10 minutes before my spot, and I'm there 5 minutes after it's over. I say hi and bye to the staff, and I'm back in the whip, and I'm either at the house or I'm having dinner or out doing something else. But like at any given time in the green room, if it's a big, busy show and there's people there you want to kick it with, like if there's a guy that I haven't seen in a long time, yeah, there's like 15 people back there kind of chumming around, talking shit. And then depends on the night. But then a lot of nights now, especially as we get older, people are like, I got to get home, dude. My kid, you know what I mean? I got my kids and I got to bring my kid to school in the morning. So it's not like it used to be. But when you're young, dude, those are the days. I tell every young comic, I'm like, soak it up, man. Because when you're young, you all hang out. They go out. They all go out afterwards. They go get drinks. They go get food. They have no responsibility. They're not married. They got no kids. They don't have anything. So it's like,
so the next night
you're free. Yeah, you're free. And then you get older and it's a little different, But backstage, it can be a great hang. There's nights where it's like me, Kroll, and Spade were busting each other's balls, and that's the most fun. Like that's my favorite shit is when we're sitting back there. They do that at the Comedy Cellar in New York a lot. There's a table upstairs. Everybody sits around and just shits on each other. They can't wait to find something to shit on. Like the moment you walk up, you're like, "What's up?" And everybody's like, "Would you get a haircut?" And right away you're like, "Yeah, dude, I got a hair." And it's going to open up. It opens up just a vault of some other dickhead. They can't wait to shoot at you. Dude, they've all got guns. They're sitting there with guns.
Yeah.
It is like the mafia. It's insane.
If you like leaving ASU, going to LA, do you have that vision? Because some guys go to New York too, right? To try to make it.
Oh, yeah.
Or if you come to LA, are you more focused on, I want to get into movies, TV as well?
No, I did. Truthfully, like, I'm from Chicago, but I didn't want to go home because I didn't want it to be easy. Because I knew I would have lived at my mom's house.
Yeah.
and then, you know, been getting high with the same old kids that I got high with in high school, I probably would have been lazier. So I said, I'm not going to come home. I'm either going to do like LA or New York. And I visited LA and I was like, dude, yeah, I got to do this. I mean, I grew up in shit weather my whole life. So I was like, I want to kind of live in nice weather. So when I left Arizona, I was like, I want sunshine, man. And out here, yeah, it was a wealth of opportunity of like, TV was booming back then. So it was like, if you're funny enough, you can get on, you know, you do a Conan or you do Leno, and you can get on audition to be on a TV sitcom or something. I mean, that's not what it's like today for those guys, but that was the hope. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I want to get on TV, get a credit, and then start touring, then hopefully get on Comedy Central. I mean, that was our...
There was no Netflix. There was no specials.
Comedy Central was our North Star.
Yeah.
If you could get on Comedy Central, that was the move. You wanted to get Just for Laughs, which is a festival, and then you want to get a 30-minute, you know, or half... Where they used to do things like... Lounge Lizards, these 15-minute spots, or they did another one called like A Night With or something. But that's what you wanted. Like I got my first half hour on Comedy Central. I filmed it in Boston. I did it at the El Royale, which is across the street from the Wilbur. Right behind the Royale
club,
Theater.
Right?
Yeah. It's like behind the W, right on that same block. But we all filmed our half hours there, and that was like my first like big TV stand-up thing, you know? And then you think, dude,
I got this.
It's home free, but you're back at the Courtyard Marriott, jerking off in the hand towels. Yeah, same old story.
Nowadays, these kids, like for you going on Leno or those shows, nowadays these kids just want to get on your podcast or Joe's or Theo's, right? Like,
well, yeah, because those shows are gone. I mean, you know, like for me, it was Conan or Letterman. Yeah, I didn't really care about Leno's show. No disrespect to him, but like I always loved Letterman the most. So I wanted to get on Letterman or I wanted to do Conan because Conan was here. So I got Conan, I did that, and I never did Letterman because by the time I was like submitting for Letterman, it was kind of the end of that reign. And so that thing I wish I did. That was one thing I wish I, you know, had a feather in my cap for that. But yeah, nowadays kids want to come on Bad Friends, or they want to do Rogan or Theo or Segura and Bert's thing. That gives you more resonance in the comedy world, but also late night spots, guys still do them. It's just not.
They're different now. It's not watched.
Yeah.
All the viewership's down.
Yeah, you put your special. Most guys now put their special up on YouTube. You know, like Gillis. Like Gilly's one of my good friends, and Gillis put his special up there, and these guys could look it up. It's got to have 45 million views or something like that. It's something insane. And you know, if at the time he did that somewhere else, that wouldn't have gotten as many eyeballs. But YouTube catapulted, you know, his career and his talent. I mean, he's a raw talent. He's amazing. But like YouTube helped. It just spread it on the internet without TV. 49 million. There you go. I was
49
4
million.
off.
That was his first one?
I don't know if that was his very first special, but that was his first
that's what popped.
That's what really popped. I mean, 49 million that's insane. I mean, it's unheard of.
Do you have one thing you look back on like that popped? You're like, dude, this is kind of...
I mean, I had a lot of things I thought. I mean, I did. My first gig was Punk'd on MTV years and years ago. I did Punk'd, and that I thought in my mind, I was like, brother, we're coasting, dude. And then again, back in that Courtyard Marriott, jerking off in a hand towel. It's the same. I thought that was kind of my break. And then I got a sitcom and I did a bunch of different stuff. But like the thing truly that like really splashed my career, you know, 5.5 years ago was doing Bad Friends with Bob. I mean, it was all going great. Like life was good. I was touring. I was making money. I was popping on TV shows. I'd get on, you know, I got on Curb. The first thing I did The Office, and then I did Dave. Like, we did that like 6 years ago. We started, you know. And
I read
that was big for me, you know. But like, Bad Friends changed my life forever. I mean,
did you know kind of right away, like we got something here?
Yeah, it sounds stupid to say yes, but yeah, dude, I did. Like when we sat down and we did the very first episode, he came on my podcast on Whiskey Ginger, and we couldn't release it. And we've talked about it a lot. People like release it. I was like, brother,
it was just so raw.
We got into it like we were like, who could say the most foul shit? It was insane. We've talked about it.
That's
we
like
said
the Wu-Tang unrelleased.
Yeah,
album.
dude.
You could release it now, though.
That the guy.
I don't know, brother. It's probably not a good idea to release it now.
We might
have
buy it for
NFT.
$4 million.
So you know what I said? I go, when my career is like done, and we both said this, and we don't give a shit. We'll somehow auction it or sell it and put all the money to charity. So then it's like, oh, you mad at me? We donated every dime of that.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's the most offensive, crass, disgusting. And I'm like, Yeah, but it goes to the kids. You know what I mean?
It's for
Children's
the kids.
Hospital got the
For the
money.
kids,
It's for the kids, dude. Racism for the kids.
Were you like not as receptive to the podcast world because maybe you were a little foreign to it and you're like, what's all this? Or like, were you like, oh.
Rogan truly started the wave of comics doing it. And he always pushed. Like when I was young, I used to open for Joe. And when he first took me out, man, and I was so genuinely so appreciative of like him taking me out. We played a bunch of theaters and treated me great and was always like, dude, you got to start pods. Because he had been doing pods forever. And
he knew.
He was way ahead of his time. And he was like, you got to do it, man. You really got to do it. And I was like, I don't want to, man. I don't have the equipment. I don't know if I have the money to start it. I don't have I don't have anything. And he kept pushing me and being like, I don't give a shit, dude. Just scrounge it together. Do it from your house. Do it from your garage. Like, just do it anyway. Do it from the store. Do it, So I started it. I started my Whiskey Ginger, like, I think it's got to be like 7 or 8 years ago now. And I did it in an animation studio in an office. I knew a guy that worked there. And after hours, he let me use the code to go record in there because they had like soundproof rooms. And I'd go record in there. So sometimes I have to fight with the janitor would be coming in. The little lady, she's like,
okay.
I have to clean up. I have to clean. And I'm like, can we be recording? And you come back. She's like, no, I have to clean. So some of the recordings like, woo, in the middle. Yeah. But that was the beginning, dude.
That was your guess?
Yeah, that was my guess with the vacuum.
Were you saying jokes or were you just like talking about anything?
I knew I wanted to do a comedy podcast like about, the whole impetus of my show of Whiskey Ginger was, and still is, I mean, but just a lot of people are sober now, was we would have a cocktail, whiskey, we'd have a drink and we'd talk about the very first time you got wasted, like the very first time. And what was that like when you were a kid? Like what was the first time that because I started the show telling a story like the first time I got wasted with my buddy Matt. I'll never forget. And we stole, a bottle from his old man and got fucking hammered, threw up everywhere. And I was like, everyone has these stories the first chunks of times that they got hammered and how they stole it from an uncle at a holiday party, blacked out, threw up, And so it was that, and then it curved into like, tell the first story of the time you got wasted, and then what's your life like now in comedy. So I was interviewing comedians and, and then it grew. Then it got, actors and athletes and blah, 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 and whatever. But I knew I always liked it, but I didn't know it was going to be a part of my career.
Yeah, the biggest part, really.
Yeah, I just wanted to do it. But now it's the thing. It's the way we talk to the people, because I'm not good on Instagram and all that bullshit. I'm not really good at it. So now I'm like, well, this is it. If I'm talking to them every day, if I can crack a couple of jokes or try out shit on the show, that's what we do.
And what you told us last night about what you've added to your live shows, that's unreal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like,
we do an interactive thing when we do Bad Live, and we probably won't do Bad Friends Live again for a while, but because we have to plan a new tour. But we do this thing where when you sit down, we run a video. Well, we run some of our greatest clips, and we run a video, and in between the video, there's a big QR code, and you can scan it with your phone, and it brings you to a site, and it prompts you with like, hey, do you have a secret hidden talent? Like you think you know the episodes better than someone else. We have a trivia and they can win prizes and all this shit. I told you guys last night the hidden talent was in almost every city, a girl would be like, I can queef on command. And we'd be like, we got to see it. We got to see it.
Right in my face.
And the girl from Denver.
Test their biz.
You come on the tour with us, dude.
I love it.
Queef on the biz. What's the biz?
I prefer the squirters.
Oh, you do?
Squirt on command.
Dude, we can prompt them with that too.
Yeah.
Who can squirt on biz?
Let's up our game.
We'll get you in a little kiddie pool just to keep it cleaner for the staff. But the girl who queefed the funniest, man, was in Denver. I don't remember that girl's name, but man, she was unbelievable. She wasn't shy at all. She grabbed the mic right away. She got down in the position. She gets in to suck it in. And Bobby got on the keys and they played like rhythm, and she could like to the
beatboxing her
puss.
puss?
She was beatboxing out. Yeah. She was beatboxing. Yeah. She was beatboxing. It was wild, dude. But so we got our fans. The reason is because our fans, the way we grew that show was we tried to make it fan interactive and like, not like in the comment section, but more like, how do we like call the fans? How do we have bits for the fans? And when we did the live, I was like, we got to let them be on stage with us and have a little bit of fun if they had something fun to offer, We didn't let everybody up, but we had the producers would go through pre-show and they'd be like, all right, we have this, and this, and who do you want? And we'd figure it out. Dude, sometimes we had guys at the end of the show, we sing an improv song together because Bobby's really good on the piano. Like phenomenal.
What a
He's
ta- what a-
Asian.
what a
He's Asian.
talented
Yeah,
guy.
you know,
Yeah.
they don't have a choice.
They made him play when he was little.
He's one of the most self-deprecating, intelligent people in the world. Right?
Intelligent, no, but self-deprecating, yeah.
Oh, he's
an idiot savant.
Yeah.
That's what he is. He's a brilliant moron. He's an enigma. He's my best friend, and I think he's a genius. He's a comedic genius, but he's got all these hidden talents. He wrestled in high school. You know, his brother was like a state championship wrestler or something.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy. And he played piano, and I thought, what if we do the live element, because we used to do it on the show, and he would just improv a song and we would sing. And one time we were in Massey Hall, Toronto, and we called up this kid who could play, who was a musician, and dude, he blew the room away. I mean, it was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, we're telling fart jokes. This guy can really sing, you know? And we put him on the spot, but we'd have fans interact with us and do these moments that are like, you know, forever embedded. And luckily, we documented all of it. So we put together a documentary, and I don't know what we're going to do with it. Like, we don't know yet. We just wanted to capture all of it. So we've got it, and then maybe we'll throw it up on Netflix at some point or something. I don't know.
Keep it like your
Can
other
you
one.
explain, retell what Bobby's days are like? Because
He's no way he's awake.
I think I
Awake?
asked you, does he watch like football?
Oh, he
you
sleeps
were
late?
like,
Football? Yeah, soccer. The only sport he likes is soccer. But he sleeps till about 2:30 or 3 p.m. He's 54 years old.
Oh my God.
He plays video games because he plays video games from 10 p.m. till 3, 4 in the morning. So then he sleeps till 3 or 4 p.m. He'll waggle his way to the podcast and then complain, I haven't eaten all day. It's 6:30, dude, and you haven't eaten all day. Plays video games all night, does the pod, and then he goes to the store and he does it all over again. Now he's single, so he's going on dates and shit. Now he's got to be a gentleman and take girls out. But he takes his girls to the same 4 spots. That's the funniest part. He takes them all to the same 4 restaurants.
Where's he taking them?
He likes Major Domo downtown. He likes that. David Chang's joint. He likes to go to. He loves Koreatown because all the Korean barbecue. He loves those because he likes the atmosphere of that. So he goes to like Chosun Gobi. He's there. I'm naming all the spots. You go there, you're gonna see him on a date.
How attractive are the girls that he's bringing up? Probably rocket. Right?
Phenomenal. Yeah. I don't think I've seen him with anything less than like an 8.5. I don't think he's even I don't think he ducks below that.
like I just want to see that conversation or hear that conversation. Like, what the hell are they?
He shows me all the girls, and he shows me what sometimes on the show I'll read his DMs, and it's zero effort. I mean, it's
Right to the
unbelievable.
point.
It's unbelievable. They'll have some great banter, and then he'll go
Busy Lee.
We be competing.
Yeah. Busy Lee. They'll have great banter, and then he'll go, sounds good. And then she'll say like a whole thing, and he'll go, okay. That's all it is. I mean, good for him. The game is no game.
Right.
The game is, do you want to hang out? And if they're like, well, I'd like to get you know about him, then he doesn't respond. They go in and he's gone.
And then they're back a few weeks later.
Yeah, they pop back. They always do. They always come back, dude.
I was gonna ask you about maybe like a situation where you bombed, or it was like just your
Oh, dude, we
one.
bombed so much when we were young. I mean, I'll give you a funny story about when I bombed. Me and Gary Veter, shout out Gary Veter, one of the funniest comics, New York guy. Me, Gary Veter, and a couple other guys were going to Vegas. We got a job to do a corporate gig. Now, corporate gigs, dude, they suck. They suck because it's a bunch of suits.
Free money though.
Yeah, it's a ton of money. So you'd have to do them. So you're already in your mind, you're like, this is going to suck shit, but whatever. It was a trip to Vegas, and I was with Veter, and I was like, dude, this is going to be great. We're going to get steaks, get hammered, go play cards. So I go out there, and it was for Jim Beam. And I'm thinking, this is right up my alley, dude. A bunch of like old Southern boys, whiskey drinking Southern boys. I was like, I'm going to kill.
We go playing that first podcast with Bobby Lee.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they'll love all that. I like when you say those bad words, man. You can say that around me, dude. I don't care. So we go out to Vegas, and we're backstage, and Joel McHale was hosting the whole weekend. You know Joel. Joel's like, he's real professional. He's a TV host guy. He did The Soup for years, and funny guy, very funny comic. And Joel comes backstage, and he's like, what's up, boys? And I was like, what's going on? What's wrong with you? He's like, I've been here for 2 days hosting this. There was like a weekend of partying for them. And I go, man, you look like shit. He's like, oh yeah, I can't wait to see you eat it out there. I was like, I'm going to kill, dude. You're out of your mind. And then he goes, okay. He comes back, he goes back on stage. And then I look out and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
No life out there.
Bro, Jim Beam got acquired by Suntory whiskey, Japanese whiskey. It was 180 Japanese businessmen.
Oh, no English.
No English, sitting in circular tables eating steaks. They're half of the guys
Bobby,
are
I
backs
need
to
you.
us. Yeah. was my Bobby Lee nightmare. Yeah.
He wasn't awake.
They got their backs to us, and I was like, holy shit. And I went out and tanked. I bombed in a way that I couldn't believe. Like 12 minutes felt like 7 days. And I was eating it. And I'm not going to be able to say it, and you'll know why. But I bombed. Vitor did better than me because he
Is
assessed.
it just so they're not understanding, they're not laughing?
The jokes they don't relate.
Are you kind of now trying to amuse yourself because you just know you're not going to get it?
Oh yeah, I'm making myself laugh.
Okay.
Not a one of them is laughing. And then Alonzo Bowden, who's a phenomenal comic. Alonzo's like got to be 6'6", 6'5", big, tall, black dude, huge. I mean, big dude, like big, powerful presence, hysterical. And Alonzo's there, and at the corporate, a lot of times they're like, "Don't cuss, no dirty shit, don't cuss, like keep it as clean as you can. You can say a few words, but they're like, don't get dirty." I'm not dirty anyway, but like, I was like, all right, we'll keep it tighter. So your mind is thinking about it. Alonzo was like, fuck this, because he saw how bad everybody was doing. So he gets out there to a room full of Japanese guys and goes, "Y'all ever seen an N-word this big before?" And they lost it. I was like, that's all I needed to do was say the N-word, and then I would have killed. He crushed. Because he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna say whatever I want."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Go down swinging.
And that's the code. That's kind of the secret code to young comics. It's like you never change your act. Do what you always do. Don't get in your head. If they like it, they like it. There's almost nothing you can do in those situations.
If I was bombing, I feel like I would just hate the people that are out in that
Oh, you
audience
do
so much.
Oh yeah, you do.
Like, I want to kill everyone.
You think about gasoline in a match in the middle of it.
You ever start shitting on them? Like
You do pick on them a little bit, but then if they're not liking your act and then you're picking on them, brother, that gets cold fast.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest mistake young comics make is it's usually a drunk girl. All right, I'm not being a pig, but it's almost always a drunk girl. A drunk dude, you can shut up pretty fast. But a drunk girl, for some reason, man, that's like their superpower to be like, "I know you gotta understand that." And then you start shitting on her and you make her look dumb, and then everyone feels bad.
Yeah.
So then it gets lower. Because then when you light her up, then she's like hurt. Because a guy you light up and everybody's like, "Yeah, fuck that dumbass." You light up a girl, everyone's like, "That's mean." It's like she was talking the whole show, but then the mood goes down. So now at this stage in my life, dude, ignore. I may chat with someone for fun, but I don't shoot at anybody.
Not attacking.
That's not my shit, dude. You saw, I go up there, I tell my shit, I move on. I may say something to someone for fun, but it's more they're in it with me versus like, look at that stupid fucking hat.
No, they're enjoying it and you're just bringing them in a little.
I'm not into picking on these guys. Dude, these people, they paid real money. They got a sitter. You know what I mean? I don't need to also make fun of how fat that guy is. He knows he's fat. He left the house that way. So like make him laugh and then send him home instead of like, I don't like the thought for me was always like, is the drive home going to be uncomfortable? Is he going to be in the car being like, well, that guy was a fucking dick? And you know what I mean? Like, and then
his wife was laughing as you were ripping
she was
on him.
losing it. Yeah. I like that guy. He's plotting to kill me.
Yeah.
No, I'm not interested. I don't, it's just not my style. But some guys are, we talked last night about Aries Spears. Aries, dude, he loves that stuff. Like Aries was the guy, he had the girl with Down syndrome in the crowd. The clip is bananas if you see it.
Oh, the one he just dropped, you were saying.
Yeah, there's a girl with Down syndrome in the crowd. And he's like, I never had one of you at my show. He's like, you come fuck a black guy, I'll reboot your system. He's like,
oh, wow. Okay.
Bananas.
Okay,
but the girl loved it.
She loved it.
It.
But he does that. That's Aries is good at that. He likes kind of talking shit. But it's all from love. He's not hate, but like, I can't, it's not my style.
He's the one who does all the impersonations.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah, he does
he's a great impression.
He does Tony Soprano.
Dude, he can do anybody.
Wow.
He can do, that guy is him, Jay Farrell. There's a couple of guys that can do anybody.
Isn't there a clip where he does like 4 rappers back to back
Yeah.
to back?
Snoop, Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
There's
Tupac, maybe? I don't know. 4 good ones.
Yeah,
Four
no,
good
he's
ones.
got, but he's super talented. I never got into that impression thing. I couldn't do.
You mentioned you were into sports big time growing up. Were you a big hockey guy?
I always loved hockey, but I never followed it to the degree that I would say like I knew what I was talking about. But I always loved to go. Like if we ever got to go, I'd love to go, and I love to watch it. I just wasn't like deep embedded in it like I was for basketball and baseball. For me, were everything. We grew up. My dad's a diehard Cubs fan. We grew up diehard baseball.
Have you done first pitch there?
I did this last year. I did first pitch and I sang the stretch, which to me, when the Cubs emailed me and were like, "Hey, we want you to sing the stretch." First pitch, insurance agents get to do that.
Yeah.
That's not even but sing the stretch. that was to me, that's like, as a Chicago kid, it was like,
Harry Carey.
holy shit.
Didn't your dad say like, "Oh, you finally
made it"? Yeah, literally. The email, I could show you the email return says, "You finally fucking made it." I was like, well, dude, I mean, I've done television and film and the career's good. He's like, that's all bullshit. Singing the stretches, legit.
Your dad sounds like, based on what you're saying last night at your show and to us at dinner, like probably like how you're so funny, right? I mean, the guy sounds like a complete
He's a wealth
character,
of material. Yeah.
right? Like there's no way that you've come out the way you have without some.
It's most of me making fun of him because dude, he called me this guy calls me this morning. He called me at like 9 a.m. and he's like, we just got back, we got all of our tests done because they're old now. They live at the doctor's office. And he's like, and the tests are all negative. And I was like, great, that's great. And he goes, all right, bye. I was like, all right, man, text me. I don't need you to call me at 9 with negative results. Like, because I'm thinking when he called, I thought, fuck, something's wrong. That's my first thought, It's funny because I said it last night. You become your parents' parent. And that's how they would have thought of me. Like, if I called them, at a weird time, my dad would have been like, what's the fuck did you do? No, my dad, no. What's wrong was never it. It was, what the fuck did you do? Because my whole childhood, it was always me getting in trouble. You guys were fucking troublemakers. There's no way you weren't.
Keith was bad.
He was probably the worst of us three. I was not great.
Constantly in trouble. Man.
Always.
I just didn't know how to avoid. I loved it.
Yo, it's the best.
It was just like as soon as we could drive, I was like, dude, we're gonna get in so much fucking trouble in high school. We used to my buddy Tyler and I, we used to get stoned, and when there was just like fresh snow, there was a field by my high school, and my car was rear wheel drive, so we'd fucking get stoned as shit and do donuts just for hours in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And the cops would come, we'd be ripped off our fucking heads. And we're like, oh, no, sorry, sir. We got lost. You're like, you got lost in the field at school? Yeah, we just took a wrong turn. We couldn't wait to do something stupid. I mean, dude, I was selling weed in school like a bozo. That was such a bad idea.
Studying for your ACTs.
Yeah, studying for ACTs. Yeah, studying hard. No, I didn't. You know what's so funny? I talked about that the other day. I didn't sell weed to make money. I sold weed so we could get free weed. I wasn't an entrepreneur. If I had any business brains, I would have tried to make money. I just did it so we could get high. It had nothing to do with like turning a profit. I was probably the worst. I was probably losing money and still selling weed.
Mm-hmm. Now, was your crew of friends like the funniest kids in school? And was there one guy that, because everyone has their one buddy at home that it's like, this dude is so fucking funny.
I was probably that guy.
You were
a lot of guys. I mean, I was probably the biggest goof ass, but like I had a lot of eclectic, interesting cats. I mean, for me, it was like I was a pothead, I was a pothead who played sports. So like I would hang with a lot of the dudes and get high and do drugs. And then I would go do sports too. So like I had two groups. I kind of touched a bunch of bases. Like a lot of the guys I hang out with that would play sports, they drink maybe, but they didn't want to fuck with drugs. And then the other guys I'd go dance with if I wanted to go really have some fun. You know what I mean? If I wanted to put something in my throat and disappear.
Which Santino are we getting today?
Yeah. Well, honestly though, because that was, in fact, dude, I quit sports my senior year. I quit basketball before drugs. I mean, I had a joke about it where I was like, once I found drugs, I was like, see you later, basketball. I'm 6'1" and white, dude. It ain't happening.
Yeah.
What did I want to do? D3?
You didn't play your senior year?
No. I wanted to party, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, sports to me was just something I loved, but I was like, I didn't want to commit to this. I didn't want to do it organized for the school. I just would rather play like a guys league because I was like, what? I'm not going anywhere with this thing. Why am I I'm not getting yelled at by a coach. I'd rather go have fun because I had no future in sports. It was just for fun. So for me, I was like, I still want to get high, party, and do my thing. I'll just play a men's league. You know what I mean?
YMCA.
Yeah, dude, way more fun than like going to work out on their schedule. I didn't have a future. Guys that had a future, I was like, you gotta don't get high with me, dude. Go do the workouts because you're 6'4" and black. I'm 6'1" and see-through. I'm not going anywhere. 2 points a game. You know what I mean? I was like, brother, this isn't happening.
Off the bench.
Yeah, coming off? No, staying on the bench. Garbage time, dude, I got the bottom of the barrel. They'd be like, Santino, get in there. There's 6 seconds left. Inbound the ball, dribble it. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't happening.
It's like when they let the ball boy come in like the last game of the year.
Yeah, the kid with Down syndrome to go shoot one shot. And then he keeps missing, but they keep giving him the rebound. That was me, dude.
You would have blocked that.
Yeah, I would have blocked 100%, dude. They got to know what it feels like. You can't let them win all the time.
Oh.
No, I gave it up because I knew, and I played intramurals in high school. In college, just because I loved it. But I just knew in high school I was like, I'm gonna do something in the creative world of like comedy or writing or even when I was in high school and I was filling out college applications and they were like, "What's your future? What do you want to be?" and all that shit. Even then, I posted it one time that I even said, I want to be a comedian and a comedic actor in the creative comedic world of whatever, creating or writing or performing. I knew I wanted to do it.
Who was your like idol then?
Jim Carrey.
Oh fuck,
Jim was like the god to me.
In Living was that in Living Color?
All of it.
Yeah, dude. I used to sit in my mom's basement and watch. Me and my best friend Sean, we would sit and rewind the tape till it went dead for Dumb and Dumber. We'd rewind the scenes. We'd play them out to each other. I mean, we'd watch that movie for like 6 hours straight, just like doing the scenes again. I was obsessed with him. It was crazy. And then, God, I don't even know how many years ago, he became my boss. I did a show called I'm Dying Up Here on Showtime that was about the Comedy Store. It was kind of a drama, which it was a little strange, but Jim was the executive producer, so I got to work with my idol, which was really fucking mind-bending.
What happened? Like he kind of like isn't in the scene anymore, right? Didn't he get a little blackballed after?
I think he just kind of at some point you're like he
has so much money.
They either shoot you down or you leave on your accord. You know what I mean? It's like he probably wanted to just like go chill.
Yeah.
He had made all the fucking money.
Yeah.
And so why not just go sit in Malibu and paint? He's a painter. He's like a phenomenal painter.
Really?
Yeah, he just wants to go sit and paint and do his own thing. I think you get tired of this bullshit game.
Yeah.
And when you achieved so much like that guy did, you know, between like Dumb and Dumber, The Mask, Ace Ventura, and those are in a chunk, Liar. And then you're talking after that, he did Eternal Sunshine and The Truman Show. And I mean, brother, his resume is bananas. So he reached legendary status. It's either they start hating you or you go, I'm going to walk my dog. You know what I mean? Like, let me go live my life.
The 1 year, I think he had The Mask, Ace Ventura, and maybe one more where there were the three best.
Yeah, they were
movies
back to back to back
in 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like you said,
that was all 1 year.
It was like a year and a half gap between them.
Yeah, he was the biggest thing, and like, where do you go from there? And like you said, it's like you'd rather kind of say, "Hey, I'm in control of this, and I can walk away." I was going to ask you. So you mentioned Curb Your Enthusiasm. You played a pretty big part in Little Dicky's show. Right?
Yeah,
that where
played
you were
his manager.
His manager in that one. What was the most fun that you like had doing one of those shows? And are you able to kind of like write what you want to say, or you know,
in Curb, Larry lets you do whatever you want, which is kind of rad. He gives you like the way you audition is they give you like a character description, right? Like it would be like, you know, it would say like ex NHL player with a bad leg. That's all it would say, and then you'd have to make up
a lot of,
and you'd have
right?
to make up the whole narrative, and so you'd have to do it with Larry. And they would give you kind of the idea of what he likes the scene to be, and then you fly. And the original character I was going to do on that show was, if you saw the episode, the guy who had the dog named Adolf. I don't know if you remember that. Yeah. Yeah. That was who
guy.
Yeah.
You love that show.
I first auditioned for that because I could speak a little bit of German. When I was a kid in Chicago, I went to a school called LaSalle, and you had to take a language as like a kid. They managed to do dual languages. So my mom put me in German like a lunatic.
You're like, Mom, Jesus.
I know. Dude,
I know this kid's going to be fucked
She goes,
up.
I don't want you to have any Jewish friends. So my God. So she put me in German, and I knew a little bit. So I was doing it in the audition, and Larry was loving it. And then the casting director, Allison Jones, brought me outside, and she was like, you know, we like you. We want to put you on the show. Larry says, you don't look Aryan, dude. You don't look like you know what I mean? They want like a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, like the stereotypical joke of like Hitler's dream. The red hair thing is not going to sell them. And I was like, yeah, that's true. I get it. And she's like, but no, he wants you to put something else. So he's building this thing. He's building a toilet at Latte Larry's, if you saw the series.
Yep.
And they want you to be a plumber. You can play a plumber. And I said, that's fine. So I went in there. I did the bit. He cracked a few times. I made him crack, which was awesome.
That's going to be huge.
Yeah, I'll do to change my life. The two people I made crack that like really made me feel something in the moment, like an improv, was him and Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I auditioned like 6 times for that fucking show, and they never gave it to me, which is nuts. Whatever that guy did.
Because you made her crack?
I'm making her laugh was a great moment in my career because we were improvising, and the joke was I was a new intern, and the building was closing down. And I made up this whole scenario that someone had clogged the toilet, it overflowed, and shit's dripping through the vents. And the whole roundabout was at the very end admitting that I was the one that it was my shit dripping through the vents. And she was cracking up about it. We were laughing. And after that, I thought, I got that gig. And they called and they were like, no, I think they want to change the character. But I think Julia's a fucking genius. So making her laugh was great. And then making Larry crack.
Making Larry laugh.
That's not like making Jimmy Fallon crack.
No, he has to. He doesn't have a choice,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah. No, with Larry, he doesn't want to laugh. Like
No.
it's gotta be great. Because his goal is to stay in the scene. He doesn't want to laugh. Like that's gonna ruin
And
the
he
scene.
wants it like the more awkward, the better. That
100%. Yeah. So that was great. But then with Dave, Dave let me fly pretty free on that show. Like I had lines, but the reason he hired me is because he liked me and was like, I want you to.
He's fucking.
Has he done stand up?
No.
He's just like rap and
no. He just like he was a rapper he's a comedic rap. He's
Yeah.
a comedian at heart. He really wanted to be a comic his whole life, and loved rap and was great at rap. So that was kind of his path. But Dave let me fly as free as I've ever flown on anything. So he was great. I mean, I love the kid, and I wish we did more, but we weren't gonna. It just wasn't gonna happen. Like I think FX wanted to do it one way, he wanted to do it another way. Everyone started to break off. I went on tour. I just don't think it was going to happen. People to this day are like, when is it going to come back? I'm like, brother,
that was a good
gone.
show.
It was a fun show, man. It was fun to do.
Would you say that you've reached the pinnacle in comedy? Like you're one of the top dogs, and if not, like what would you say like is one thing that you're looking to achieve?
I don't know, man. Like I've done a lot of things that I feel like I really wanted to do. There's no like place I want to play. Do you know what I mean? There's no like doing this. I do the Chicago theater every year, and that's for me is like, dude, I love it. Every year I go back, it's like the greatest moment at home. Everyone comes out, we throw a huge fucking party. To me, that's the thing. Like for me, it was never like I want to play the United Center with the Bulls, but like arenas are cool. But my thing was like, what in my career did have a piece of history and influence on what I did, and that's what I wanted. And I've done a lot of that stuff. I don't think I'm done, but like, I don't have like a lofty, I need to do this before I die. I just want to keep making people laugh and touring around and having fun, growing, you know what I mean? But there's no like, I got to do that thing, like I touched a lot of the things I always wanted to do already in my career, and I just want to continue on that. And then it's going to change, right? Who knows what the fuck this thing's going to be in a decade, so we'll see. I mean, I don't know, but I've done a lot of the things that I kind of wanted to do. The only other thing I thought that I wanted to do was, when I was younger, I wanted to do SNL, and I tested for SNL. It was me and my buddy Dan Soder, shout out Dan Soder, and Pete Davidson. And then Pete's the kid that got it. And I flew to New York, did the audition, flew home. They called and they were like, Lauren wants you to come back to New York and have lunch. And then my whole team was like, this is it, baby.
You're
going to get it. And I flew back to New York. He makes you wait forever, this whole game he does. Then I sat in his office and we chatted. He was a very nice dude. I mean, I love the dude. I respect the fuck out of what he built. And he's the man. He was like, look, I think you're great. You're going to have a great career, but you're not the puzzle piece I think I'm looking for, so to speak.
You're like,
so
dude, I didn't have to fly back for that.
100% could have called,
At the Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, dude. Why the fuck did I fly here? But I mean, I respect the guy because he wanted to see me again, and I actually even in the time I wasn't bitter about it because I was 30 years old. He was like 19 or whatever the fuck he was when he got that show. He was a kid. I had already been on TV, so for me it was like I get it. I wasn't bitter at all. Like me and Soder, I got why we were older than he wanted us to be. The only reason Sody and I were up for it is because he wanted like a guy's guy, a guy who like plays sports, drinks. He wanted like a Will Ferrell archetype in his mind. He wants a guy again. And he went with Pete because Pete was young and malleable and cool. You know what I mean? He was like a cool kid for the youth. We were just a little bit older.
You're in the middle.
Yeah, it was just different. It was just a different time. And that show is built for young people. That show is not made for, that's why people in their 40s are like, that show sucks. It's like, yeah, it's for high school kids, man.
Oh.
It's not for us because you liked it the most when you were in high school.
But do you feel that when it was in its like best days, though, it pertained to like also the 40 and 50-year-old?
I think when it's even in its best days, it's still always played to a younger audience. We just think about it differently because we get older and the show gets younger.
Okay.
But like Farley days, like those days, everyone did culturally like it, but that's because the culture of comedy was different than it is now. My dad liked it.
Yeah.
But that's also because that what was going on in culture where like they would write sketches for everybody. Like, my dad and I still, we'll all quote, everyone knows the Bears. Everybody knows the super fans, but that's because it was a cultural thing. But now they write for young people because it's just the time. Times are different, but I still respect the institution. I still loved it. That was the only thing that I thought would have been fun to do. But now, I'm 42. It's a
This might be a
It's
dumb
still
question.
host.
Is there a
maybe.
more,
Maybe.
Is there a more mature sketch show? Like, is there a different?
No,
one?
it's not, and they do have sketches for they're not just talking to the youth, but I just think they angle for the youth. You know what I mean?
Like,
Like
it was a big Yeti or like the Stanley.
Yeah.
Like they had an episode.
But is
about-
you think there's an opportunity where maybe like some of the older vets that who are maybe even like
I mean,
funny-
Key and Peele did a great job of that.
Oh,
When their
yeah.
sketch show was definitely for not high school kids, I would argue. Like theirs was for in the 20s and 30s and a little bit up. Chappelle's show was probably the greatest sketch show that was ever created of all time, and that was for literally anybody.
That was
literally for
That was
anybody.
crazy.
That was for people that just wanted to laugh at something
the
fucking
Black
funny.
Real World with the two white.
Oh, bro.
Get the fuck
You
out.
actually told us last night. We were talking about whoever went after you. Like, it was hard. You crushed it, and like they're coming on after. And we were saying, like, before you go, do you want the person in front of you to do well, or do you actually want them to do bad? And then it's easier for you. You were saying, I want them to give it their best.
Fuck yeah.
And then that time who else was with you? But Chappelle was the last guy. And-
Chappelle loves to put people in front of him who like the last show that we did together, that I went out to Dave's. I did the summer series out in Yellow Springs, and it was like me and Gillis and DeRosa, and it was like he loves people to get out there and to smash, because he's such a confident legend that he's like, I don't give a fuck how good you do. I'm going to do better.
I'm still better than
Well, yeah, he's the guy. So like, it's cowardly to me when you bring people that are weak on the road, and a lot of headliners do it, and they bring people that that, they're not going to do that good. So then you look better. I think that's bullshit, dude. I want to bring people that I think are phenomenal comics. You know what I mean? Because you
up
want
your game.
Yeah, well, like, look, when you're playing, the playing to the level of your competition is a fact. And in our world, it's playing to the level of your peers. If you're with shittier comics, or you're with people that aren't as developed, you might not do as good. Like, it might set the tone in a different way. You want people to kill. Like, you want people to smash so that the room is hyped, and then they're prepared. Then you better bring your good shit.
Yeah.
It better work. But that's the pressure you need to be good, I think.
So
You know what I mean?
Chappelle is.
He's got a
just one
shit
of
in the middle of the show.
Yeah, that's okay. That's why we got three of
Bananas,
us,
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine. We don't need him, dude.
yeah.
But Chappelle is Dave is like one of the guys. My respect level for Dave is I can't articulate. I think he's one of the most generous, nice, cool guys at his level who could be a dick if he wanted to. Like, he's so
Yeah.
big, he doesn't need your adoration. He doesn't give a, you know what I mean? Like, he genuinely is a comedy fan who loves comics. He loves the world. And I think he's birthed something amazing out there in Yellow Springs. He lets people come out and play that club and play the field in the summer series. And he makes a community. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Is that in Ohio where he
yeah,
lives?
Yellow Springs. It's Columbus is, I think, the closest town. It's like an hour or something away. Something
Is
like
it
that.
when he did the special where it was outside? What do you mean? What is the what's is it a venue?
In the summer series, he built like this pergola in a cornfield, and I don't know how many people it sits. Maybe 1,000, something like that. Maybe a little bit more. And they literally built like an outdoor like amphitheater.
So it's his Rogan's mothership type.
Yeah,
thing?
but he also has an indoor club. He has the Firehouse, which used to be a firehouse in Yellow Springs. He turned it into the club. But this he does in the summer. The summer series is outside, and we've done both. I played both, but it's, I don't know. Dude, the guy wanted to make a community and bring great comics and put on a phenomenal show. And I think it's just rad. He's supported. And Rogan's the same way. That's why Joe built that club. He believes in the community of comedy, and he wants people to come grow and create their own world there and kill. And, Joe likes that too. Joe always put hitters in front of him. So does Gillis. Gillis, put me and Tony Hinchcliffe and DeRosa we just did together. Like, the best comics always want good comics in front of them.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Like, it just is.
Your
you want a
comedy,
big starting lineup.
like last night, like incredible, like jokes about Mexicans, about a black pilot, and for a while, like it kind of changed a little bit where you just couldn't say things. Maybe I'm wrong, but now it's like switched back almost.
Well, it's almost like people were. I think like we never changed, comics never changed, but like the perception of comedy changed because the internet got nervous about who was going to be judging and all that stuff. And I don't think we've ever been restricted, ever. I've been the same comic I was from the beginning. The difference, I think, now is people, it's more them than us. We're not afraid to say shit. And comics say whatever they want all the time. A lot of them say real out of pocket shit.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's more the idea that the crowds were afraid that if they liked it or laughed, were they doing something wrong? Like the internet kind of did something to people's social meters, and they were like peaking, like, is that okay to talk about? It's like, that's on them. Like we're just there to like talk shit about something that's happening and give levity to something either fucked up or dark or weird, and the crowds are the ones that shifted a little bit what you're talking about. But it's all come back because people have realized like that was fucking crazy.
It was a weird time.
Well, COVID fucked people up crazy. Everyone got fired and everyone was like panicking about the world ending. And so I think it did something to the society of comedy, but not to the comics. We were sitting in the foxhole doing the same bullshit, just waiting for it to happen again. You know, that's all we're doing. But yeah, it was never, I don't believe in the you can't say what you can or can't say. I've changed nothing. I've been the same guy. Every comic I know who's working, they're the same. They didn't fucking shift because this.
So there's just a moment there, like what?
It was a moment in time where I feel like the audiences, the crowds, and the internet were telling people one thing that wasn't really real. It's the same way I feel when somebody says like, you know, people have their ideas, and you guys probably know because when you tour, when you play, it's like you have your idea of a city, and then sometimes you go play it, you go, damn, this is way better than I fucking thought. I thought that place was gonna suck shit. Then you go, and the people are great, the fans are wonderful. They come out and see you. They're more in tune to the comedy world than you thought. I mean, I think when you go meet the people, you realize the internet is bullshit. You know, the perception of like, yo, that's a liberal place and that's a Republican place. That's all bullshit, dude. Yeah. Everybody's everywhere. And most people kind of feel the same, which is, you know, let everyone do your own thing, leave me alone. I'm just trying to raise my kids and go to work. You know, like most people are
have
like,
a laugh.
Yeah, leave me alone. We're just trying to have fun. I don't want to be judged.
The people that are talking shit online too, they're probably not even the people coming out to watch you.
No, everyone that's sitting online doing their best to take, you know, to throw their negative opinions on everything. It's like every sports journalist and critic and, you know, everyone that's got the biggest mouth probably did the least. You know what I mean? Like the guys that probably talk the most shit probably contributed the least. And I've talked to a bunch
I can attest to that. I just rip guys on this podcast. I was playing 3 minutes a game. I'm like, this guy's not a first line center.
But I like when you get in fights.
He's never going to hit the 100-point mark again.
What would you know?
When you get in fights, it's good though. When you like to start shit though. That's your thing.
Did you see the one
what do you mean?
When he fought your cousins?
You fought my cousins?
The Irish Travelers.
Oh yeah, you don't like those guys, right? Yeah.
No, I was at Houston's and they fucking were picking on the manager and then they fucking fucked my head in. At the CVS.
Beat up 5 of them though.
Yeah, I'll show you.
You got down 5?
No, I'll show you the clip after.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
Great.
The Irish Travelers.
No, it was. We found out later on that these guys. It was like a bunch of drunk guys on a golf trip. So the video came out later. They were at a place earlier on the golf course, and they were trying to close them up for last call. And then one of the guys like sucker punched the one of the servers.
A woman.
Hit it.
She took shrapnel from it, but she ended up connecting with a guy. So she got it too, whatever you want to call it, assault. So they ended up coming over to, I think they ended up going over to Roos Chris, and then they ended up at the Houston's. And my
favorite restaurant.
Favorite restaurant. I eat there like 4 or 5
Guy loves
times.
Houston's.
Love it. Have you ever been there?
Are you Houston's over Mastros?
Oh yeah, just because it's way less of an event,
everything.
right?
I
don't need the fucking lady playing the piano. I just want to go into Houston.
Show me the uncooked
I don't need
steaks.
fucking.
You made him crack.
You know what you do to the piano?
Crack. Yes, boys. Yes.
You go up to the piano, you give her a couple of bucks and go take a break. You don't want to hear it turn. You just go, hey,
go
My
smoke.
friend Bobby's gonna come in.
Yeah, go
the
smoke.
60-year-old dude with the fucking 25-year-old OnlyFans model. He's going to love that one. He's there to get his entertainment. But long story short, I always smoke a little bit of a J, go in, eat my food. And after I ordered, they're fucking 9 of them were surrounded one of the managers. And I mosey on over and I grab the guy's arm off him. And I'm like, hey, you guys keep doing this, we're going to have issues. And the minute that left my mouth, I got to, and then next thing you know, it was like the chicken and Peter
crazy.
Griffin going.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But
This is my favorite restaurant.
so I was, speaking of fights, I was going to ask you, we talked about how you don't go after the girls and sometimes it's funnier to make fun of the guys. What are the most intense situations that you found yourself in? Because there's alcohol in the mix.
Oh yeah.
Maybe other comedians stealing other comedians' jokes where there's
Have you been stolen?
Yeah.
I've never been stolen from ever. No, I've never been stolen from. But I have seen that the Comedy Store is home to some of the greatest fights of all time. I mean,
Really?
Ari Shaffir punched Bobby Lee in the face was probably one of the greatest.
Were you there for it?
No,
That
dude,
would
I
be a heavy-
wish
that would be a
I was there.
heavyweight fight.
Yeah, because Ari's girlfriend was cheating on him with another guy that Bobby introduced her to,
Oh, God.
and he got the gruff for it. So he sucker punched the fuck out of Bobby. I mean, dude, they didn't talk for years after that. But there's been at that club, there's comics over the years you'll have beef, but like I never had like any guy from the audience ever charge the stage, but that's happened a lot to guys where they get into it's happened many times in that OR where some drunk fuckhead doesn't like that the comic's making fun of him in front of his girl. And they charge the stage and they start a little baby war. I never had to deal with any of that bullshit. Like for me, I never had it where I got into an argument with someone and it turned that south. Because it's not my style. The only time I had a tough time, I played a gig in Long Island and is when I first started out and the owner had all his like, Guido fucking buddies, yapping it up the whole time. I can say that, dude. I'm Italian.
Okay.
He had a bunch of wops at the table. And they were, there, and they talked to the host, they talked to the feature. I said to the guy, I was like, man, you got to get rid of these guys, man. They're fucking wasted, man. They're yelling. And he's like, no, they don't leave, They were his people. They were like Long Island locals. And then I went up there and I was like, man, you're going to talk the whole time. I'm just not going to do my show. And I sat on the stool for like 30 minutes, just like.
And they were just kept talking?
Yeah, just having a cocktail. And the guy was like, that's the most unprofessional shit. I was like, you left those guys in the room. And the guy was like, you'll never come back. And I go, I'll never fucking come back here. And I haven't been back, bitch. How about that? I'll never go back. Fuck that place.
Buy it and fire him.
Yeah, no, that would be fucking rad. No, the way he handled it sucked, and he said it was my fault, like as if I did anything. I was a young comic trying to work. You know what I mean? Like making probably $1,200 for the weekend of shows. You know what I mean? And that's a grind. That's the hardest $1,200 you ever fucking made.
You're
dude.
staying right where the Coliseum was too, for sure. That Marriott,
Oh, bro.
in the parking lot.
Oh, bro,
The worst.
you're always
Going to Borelli's.
you're always facing a highway or a fucking. It's the saddest shit, or a Pepsi machine or some bullshit outside of your room. You can hear the buzz of it. You know what I mean? Like those days were that's the because you got to do 2 shows Thursday, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, and sometimes they make you do Sunday. So those was a grind, man. And you're eating shit. Those are quarter sold out rooms, sold rooms, sometimes less. They had to we call it papering, which means giving away free tickets. So they paper the rooms, and you're not making you're making $1,200 the hardest way you can make it, which is a week there. Plus, you had to pay for your flights or try to get driven somewhere if it was a drive, and then plus, food and the hotel. I mean, a lot of times you're cracking even on some of those.
Any of those times where you're like, I'm not doing this. Like,
no, not even never once.
Never even
No.
thought about quitting.
No, because I would have a day job. I would have a gig to make money to pay rent. I wanted the job to make money and comedy to be my life. And then, then you learn, then the levels start to change at some point. But no, there was no moment where I was like, fuck this, because part of the suck is great. You know what I mean? Especially because when you're young, you'll go out with locals. You'll end up underneath a pool table in Missoula, Montana after doing some whippets. You know what I mean? Like there's some nights. I had some fucking great nights. You know what I mean? Where you end up at some house party and
Sleeping at their house.
oh, bro, there was some wonderful nights on the road. Like it's part of the experience of now. That's what I said about before with young kids, young comics. I'm always like, enjoy this ride, brother, because it doesn't like what I have, they want. But what they have, I love. You know what I mean? Like It was awesome because for me now, I go to a nice hotel. We have a nice dinner, go to Houston's, crack one out. And then I go to the show and then I go home. You know what I mean? Or we go
What'd
out.
you order?
What's my order at Houston's?
Yeah.
I'm usually I like a prime. I'm a big prime rib guy.
Oh, yeah.
Prime
What's your
ribs.
salad biz?
Oh, the traditional
They
salad
won't
with
even name a
thousands.
salad after him.
Why don't they?
Thousand.
Houston's, get your shit together.
I
Name
know,
a
it's
salad after the
crazy.
kid.
I've been trying.
Crazy.
What's your salad? What's in it?
Traditional salad. That's the one on the menu.
But how do you make it biz worthy?
This could be an hour.
I get it.
Can I get a Caesar salad, but no Caesar dressing, no romaine? I want. He changes his. He's the
I'm a
worst
bad
order
order.
guy.
No, that's not a bad order. I imagine you tip well.
I do all right, yeah.
Well, then, he's
I do all right.
shrugged.
What do you mean? Automatic.
Dude, his
20.
face was insane.
Automatic 20.
Yeah.
Automatic
I do
20.
all right.
Well, you know what's funny is we've talked about this. When you
Like
get
literally on the nose. I'm
you
doing
just got
the
a
penny.
contract.
Yeah.
I do all right.
when they know who you are, you got to tip more.
Oh yeah.
We don't. We're the worst because like comics, when they know who you are, you better fucking tip good.
Okay.
Like you don't have a choice because you don't want to get back that they're like.
So what do you go to? 25%?
It's always bill dependent. It's how big the bill was, right? Like, but
You can't
If it's
have.
$100, you're throwing 30 on there.
If it's $100 bill, I'll probably, you probably give 30 or $40. Yeah, cash. But I always do cash. I don't tip on the thing.
Oh, you do the cash.
Even though now, well, that's old school. That's from my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Only because now they don't tax tips now, right? Didn't they change that law?
Oh, really?
But back,
Trump changed
yeah,
that.
Trump did that. Yeah, no taxes on tips. You can get this tip for free.
I never thought we were going to get a Trump impression.
Yeah, you got one. You get this tip for free, little lady. No, yeah, there's no taxes anymore.
No, keep going. You can only do the rest of the pod in Trump
No
voice.
problem, Biz. I love you, busy boy, busyness.
Love Houston.
Have you met him?
I never met him, but I saw him get out of a fucking helicopter at his golf course.
Sick.
He landed on the seventh like fairway green split down in
That's a hole in
Miami.
one. I got another one.
Yeah, dude, he landed in Miami. It was wild to watch. They brought in the choppers and shit. It was so fucking. We were playing
While
golf.
he was president?
Did this happen? This was last year.
Oh, sick.
We were playing golf. It was before the
for
live
the live
event.
thing,
yeah,
yeah.
before the event, we were playing golf, and I was out there with Fat Perez and Pat Perez. We were gonna film. We were shooting like setup stuff, and this one guy's like, "Get the fuck off! Get the fuck off!" And I was like, "Fuck you! We're supposed to be filming." Like I'm talking shit, and then he starts to walk towards me. I'm like, "Damn, this is a big fucking guy."
Well, he's got a weapon.
It was a big fucking. No, he's just a big dude and all black. And he's like, "Get the fuck off now!" And I was like, "Whoa!" And he's like, "The president will be coming soon. Get off!" And I was like, say less. I don't want to be choked out. You know what I mean? Like this dude, because they have all these local, private security, then comes in Secret Service, and then comes in his security that's also with him from the golf course. Like he's got 4 levels of people that are like, the amount of people you see when he gets in there, it was, I could, honestly, maybe 100 new people, and it happened like that. It was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like you looked around, coming out of the bushes. It sounds like I'm joking. They literally come out of the fucking bushes on the golf course and they were like, down. So we literally sat on the fucking grass. We sat down.
You see my ball?
Yeah. Is that a Titleist? Leave the Titleist if he's landing there.
Fluff it up a little bit.
Yeah, give me a good line.
I played at my course, Jordan's course, and Obama's been playing. This is while he wasn't even president, and there's Secret Service everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a tough place to get. It's like Doral, too.
At the Grove, right?
Yeah, but like just coming out of everywhere, you're like, holy shit. Like their security is legit.
I heard a rumor. I'm not going to say the course because I don't want to get my buddy in trouble. But it's the only time that there was a group. There's like a big ball group, you know, like in the morning, like all the boys go out and it's like a huge, you know, it's like your team versus his team versus that team. And it's got to be like 6 or 7 foursomes. And Obama was playing this course and they played through. And I was like, that's the most gangster
Yeah, if you're playing
shit.
through the president, that's legit.
They were like, you know, he's like, oh, sorry, boys. And they were like, no, brother, you got to wait. I was like, that's insane,
I was
dude.
playing his course
So
at,
play through the president. Hey, you got to watch this drive, Obama. Chill
Trump
out.
played through us at West Palm, and like the 17th hole, the tee box is like dead up a hill, like 30 yards. So all of a sudden, like it's very clear, like everyone moves. He just ripped his cart up the hill, like the thing was ready to tip over. He parks it right on top of the hill next to the tee box, and then he's just off. He just hits, and then like the ball's out there, and they just kick it into the fairway.
Yeah,
and they knock it into the hole. We're watching. He's like, I shot 66.
Yeah, yeah. I shot 17 under. Only missed 1 birdie. It's so funny. It's like they say that dude, he takes the regulator off the golf carts. His goes a little bit faster than everybody else's at all his courses, so he can stay ahead of everybody. You can't, but I get it. If I'm that guy, you don't get in front of me.
No.
This is my course. You stay behind me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he probably has to the point when he can turn on and off the carts. You know what I mean? He'd be like, wait. You know what I mean? Yeah. Shut this down. Shut him down.
The other imitation.
Biz, what color are you? You're a little dark. You're a little dark boy. Are you fully white? I only like you if you're fully white.
He's not.
Yeah. What are you, Biz?
My mom's half black. I'm quarter.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's the end of the show. No wonder you were half late to this podcast.
Oh no. I was here before 5 though, Mr. Trump.
Oh, that's
5.
what they say. I don't know. Where were you? Downstairs?
I was putting one in a towel, just
you're
like
throwing one down in a
just
towel?
like our buddy Santino would do, Mr. President.
I respect that, Santino. I love that little orange freak. I love that little boy. My little Cheeto puff. I love that guy.
Yeah,
we saw him get out of the chopper, and I was like, holy shit, dude. It was fascinating to watch him descend upon the golf course. And also, that course, that Trump in Miami might be the hardest course I've ever played in my fucking life, dude.
Oh, is it?
It's
There's water
the Blue
everywhere.
Monster. That's what it's called.
Joke.
There's
Water everywhere
Sand
with
trap.
wind, traps everywhere, and there isn't a short hole. I think the par threes were like 230. I was like, this is
That's dumb.
it's well, dude, the pros. So I played that week with Fat and Pat Perez, John Rahm, and I did one more, and all those guys. And these are the best in the world. And all those guys were like, this course is a bitch. And I was like, if you're saying that, I'm gonna get eaten alive.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're talking about golf because you actually have a show as well.
Oh yeah,
You do
no bad lies.
No bad lies. I've
Yeah.
seen a few of your guests. A random one, Ben Baller.
Yeah, Ben Baller. Well, Ben Baller in the LA world of golf, everyone knows the guy, man, because he's around. He just really started to like get into golf, like big time. I mean, like that's all he does. He plays like 4 days a week. And it's funny, man, because he's one of those dudes. He's like in LA, everyone kind of knows him. And because of Bobby Lee, I'm like plugged in with the Asians.
Yeah.
They love me, dude. I've got the pass, dude.
He's got he's always blinged out, whether it's jewelry,
Oh,
whether
bro.
it's the nice.
Did you see that on the episode? He talked about Kanye tried to commission a swastika out of diamonds from him. We talked about it in the episode.
Right, I saw that
Kanye
clip.
was like, I want a swastika full of diamonds.
He's like,
And Ben Baller was like, no way. And I was like,
I know a guy who speaks
how much
German,
though? You know what I mean?
How much did he offer?
He didn't even, it wasn't even a number. He didn't even get around. But some guy made it. Some dude actually made it for him. Yeah. I have it. Kanye gave it to me. I've got it at the.
Yeah.
Insane though, dude. The guy wanted a diamond swastika.
Yeah.
I was like,
he's
brother, this
lost
guy. Well, somebody told me the other day, Kanye apologized to the Jews. Didn't he do that? What did he say?
Sorry.
Met with the rabbi there. That's
That
fine. Yeah.
must have been
he wore his chain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're doing you do the voice of Bobby Lee's dad sometimes too.
Oh, on the show all the time.
And that is so fucking funny. And now you were telling us last night about your anime.
We have an animated show.
So,
yeah.
and where you'll play his dad.
I will be playing his dad because
Dude.
he even says it. He's like, I do his dad better than he did his dad. But his dad, you know, his stories were, I never met the man. He died when we started the show. And I never met Bob's dad. They lived down in San Diego. I met his mom, but I never met his father. But his dad, he had it was tough for him. Like his dad was a little, I don't want to speak out of turn, but his dad was a little bit tough of a father, probably a little too too many hands on deck. And Bobby had a weird relationship with him where he loved him, but it was a lot of trauma. But his dad, his dad was, he's an immigrant that he's had some choice shit to say. So like Bob would have guys over at the house and they'd be like playing music. And he's like, "Oh, you gay?" He's like, "No." He's like, "If you gay, I kill everybody. I will kill all of your friends if you're gay." He's like, "I'm not gay." He's like, "If I find out you're gay, I murder you, cold blood." But he would say that, dude. That his dad would say that shit.
Cold blood.
Everybody.
Dead serious. He's not doing it for a laugh.
This is
And Bobby's like, "I'm not gay." And
Did
he's
he
like,
kill his dog or something?
"Oh, well, dude. Yeah, they let the dog go. The dog
Mom
story.
was allergic or something?
Yeah. The dog. His father was a dynamic personality. I mean, Bobby can tell all his dad stories. I don't want to step on his toes.
why you came home one day and it was like served for dinner.
Oh, it was yeah. It was an appetizer. It's a small dog.
Yeah.
Not a lot of meat on that thing, dude. It was stuffed with kimchi.
Oh yeah, you gotta
Get
the stomach right. You know.
Yeah, pickle it.
Yeah.
No, but he had such dark stories about his dad. So when we sold the animated show, which hopefully it's gonna come out.
Oh, we'll buy it. If
Yeah,
I
I'm
can get
hoping,
more-
dude. I'm hoping. And yeah, the pitch was, I play his dad because we loved it. I play his dad's ghost on the show. So his dad is in an urn and the urn talks to us, and gives us advice and shit. In the pilot episode, his dad, I'm not going to give anything away, but his dad is our, the pilot episode, we have to do something for his dad. Unfinished Business is the name of the episode because he did something on Earth and we've got to fix it now from the afterlife for his dead father.
And he's telling you
Can you
guys
give
what
us
to
And he
do.
tells us what to do. I can't tell. I don't want to blow it. I don't want to blow what it is.
Can you give us
Kills
a
all of his
few
friends.
other?
Yeah. It's fun though. It's fun shit. But like that was kind of the growth of the show was like, because all these stories we had from high school, because high school was wild. Like he was a great musician who was like a music nerd, comedy freak, and was funny and goofy and crazy, but also got in a lot of trouble. Bob was a drug addict, Bob's sober now. But when he was in high school, he was smoking crack. He would do anything. That kid would do when I've seen him relapse, holy shit.
It's a miracle
crazy.
he's alive almost.
Yeah, dude, I put him in rehab twice, and we're never going to do it again, I hope, in my heart, because I love him so much. I care about him so much. But when he was in high school, he can't, I think a lot of the trauma he suffered, he started doing a lot of drugs, and he loved to get fucking just gone. And You know.
What would Bobby's dad say about the drug use? Was he aware of it?
Well, yeah, but you know what's so funny is like I think his dad spoke with his hands. I think his dad spoke with his hands about drugs. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It wasn't like
Catch a beat.
you're in trouble now. You know what I mean? It wasn't none of that fucking bullshit. Like, you know, I think he got the worst end of it all. Like with my parents, it was like when they caught me smoking weed for like the 50th time, you know, my mom was like, you're going to grow up to be a nothing if you continue on this path. Look at me now, baby.
You still smoke?
Yeah, I like to get high, but I don't get high like I used to. I mean, I used to
Before
get
you
high.
perform, never?
No, not before I perform.
We talked to Little Sass. Do you know Little Sass? from
Who's Little
Barstool?
Sass? Oh, yeah.
He's funny guy.
Yeah.
Francis, we sat down with Son of a Boy Dad, and he was talking about how early in his career he would like have seltzers before he would go up. So I don't know if when you started.
Oh, I always have I like that. A cocktail doesn't mean, I mean, you know, that's nothing for me. That's kind of, I'm Irish.
Yeah.
That's a part of it.
Okay.
Like I can have a cocktail on stage or not. It doesn't really matter to me. So it depends on the day and if I'm feeling it. But like I used to work out shows and I would smoke a joint and work out shows. But now I like to get high at night to level.
You write?
I don't want to. Yeah, I love
high?
I love to get high and write. But I'd rather get high when I'm no work. When I'm like that's like my glass of wine for an old white woman in the suburbs. You know, like I want to smoke a joint, play with a dog, watch sports, and then peel off to bed. I don't want to like get high and then go work. That's kind of the opposite for me. I used to be that way. I mean, dude, I started smoking when I was 15 years old, and you know, I've operated high all day long. That's all I did. You know, and then until I was about 33, 34, I started to be like, all right, man, let me use it as like as my little treat. You know, so at night I'll get to,
I'm not waking up and smoking anymore.
No, because I got shit to do, man. I mean, you know,
No.
some guys can do it. Dude, there's a lot of guys that's how they live, but I just feel like for me, it's like, nah, man, I got employees, I got responsibilities. Like for me, it's like when I get home, there's nothing better than smoking a joint and taking my dog for a walk is like, good God.
That's
my
your focus.
dog walking is my
I wish I
favorite.
could do that.
I mean, whoever
ex-
created those
gets-
dog
My
walkers,
ex
that's
took it.
Biz
Took
gets
it- we
his
heard about it
dogs.
last night at
Biz
dinner.
gets his dogs.
Oh, you guys were talking about my dog.
Yeah, we heard about it.
Get the fuck out. How did my dog come up at dinner?
How did that even come up? I don't
It's
even
this
know.
guy. It's all he wants to talk about. Yance, it's all you want to talk about is how my
I
ex.
don't even think I brought it up.
No, he didn't bring it up. I don't
I
know
didn't bring it up.
Well, I definitely didn't fucking bring it up.
It was probably his friend he brought that had heard Yance talking about it.
Yeah,
on
I
the
think it
pod.
was.
And he's like, dude, is that
Oh
the
yeah,
guy?
that is
the
probably
guy
true.
who
when
My
I-
buddy who was
dogs?
with us.
Yeah, he's a big
Yeah.
fan of the pod.
Yeah,
Is
that's
it actually?
that's
Yeah.
probably who what
Yeah,
it
he
was.
was like, that's the guy.
He was
who
really
loses his
heartbroken. He
dog.
didn't come over and say hi.
He was pissed.
He was not happy.
Yeah, I was kind of in the big dog mood last night.
That's your one dog you got left.
Yeah. No, actually, fuck. I had
I'll take
one.
that from
Yeah, I've had a few and got them taken.
When you do the show with Bobby, like, is there any outline? There's not like. Or do
Yeah,
you
no.
show
So
up
we
and-
we do not for him. I mean, for me, we do a lot of pre-prep with the producers over like what we're gonna do depending on like what the episodes are. But I mean, a lot of times there's days where we want to fly free. Like we know what we're gonna be talking about, or we'll set up a theme for the show. Especially if they have like scene readings or bits that we want to do and all that stuff. But a lot of times we don't even get to it because Bob doesn't want to do it. Not that it's like if we're cruising and we're having fun, we just never get around to it. You know, like. But that's kind of the beauty of that show. It was always that way. We would set up a bunch of shit, and if we didn't get to it, we didn't fucking get to it. And that
free
was
for all.
yeah, sometimes because if him and I are humming, forget about it.
That's the gold. Right
Oh
there.
man, if we're in the groove, it's like
There's nothing better.
when I'm saying stuff. There's times when I'm like, God damn, dude, this is wild. Like because we're bouncing really well. He is like my ultimate comedy counterpart. I've never met someone in the business that I bounce with like that. Not even fucking close.
That's
like,
the best. That you found them, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was kind of gifted to us. We was right under our nose. I said that last night. His ex-girlfriend, Kalila, credit to her. She was like, you guys should do the show together because I would guest host and we would crush. And she was like, why don't you guys do the show? And I was like, I don't want to step on toes, man. You have your show. I'm doing my own. I didn't want to like start beef and for it to be like, oh, you're going to do that show now, you know? And she was the one that was like, you should. There's no reason you guys shouldn't. So credit to her for real. She was great and she was instrumental in that beginning. And then when we did that first episode, man, I knew. I said that last night to you guys. I was like,
That's it.
We got something here.
fun. Well, because we would fight in real life, so we'd fight on the show. It
Just
worked.
carving each other.
Yeah,
Oh,
I feel
bro,
like. I
it's
mean,
the
that's kind
best.
of like us.
Yeah.
Like we keep each other honest, and
You have to.
I also don't mind being shit on. Like we got a Sandbagger coming out with Paige Spiranac, and we were watching Spiranac. Fuck, I always fuck her name up. And Pasha was editing it, and these guys are just fucking grilling me the entire time, and I'm laughing my dick off.
Did you beat her, by the way?
If you can't take a joke, you
we
become a
can't-
joke.
Oh yeah, you can't say it's not out.
Yeah, it's not out. I was
an insane match.
I was partners.
Good match.
Yeah, it was a great match. I was partners with her, but you kind of touched on the Bobby stuff, like the darker side of comedy. Like, is it like? I mean, I don't know if you've ever dealt with stuff. It seems like there's just so many highs and lows for that industry. That's probably the worst.
I think you kind of pull from some. I mean, everyone. I don't think you need to have a dark upbringing to like make good comedy, but I think most of my friends do. I mean, like when I was a kid, I think a lot of my bullshit or my view on the world comes from, I had two worlds. I had this Irish side of my family, my mom's side, she's one of 10 kids, and my grandfather was a firefighter, and that was this blue collar working world that I came from. And then my dad, my biological father, who's kind of a hustler and was a contractor, and his dad was a gambling addict who literally worked and lived at the dog track and at the horse track in Chicago. And that was this completely different world. And my father went to prison when I was a kid, so he was in and out of jail when I was a kid. Was into drug addict. Was a drug. I mean, he's clean and sober now, but my world was very odd as a kid. My parents got divorced when I was 1, so my view was a little skewed of like what was normal. I used to ask people. I was like, I want a house on the ground. I used to say that all the time. I was jealous if you lived on the ground because we lived in apartments my whole life. So I was like, man, one day I'm gonna get a fucking house on the ground. And then my mom found my dad, my stepdad, who really raised me, and moved my mom out to the suburbs, and my life changed again then. But when I was a kid, I definitely had a chip on my shoulder because my old man wasn't around. I mean, I don't carry it with me like I used to, but yeah, it probably prompted the reason that I got kicked out of a couple of schools for being I was fighting. I
Pissed at the world a little.
I was just mad. I couldn't wait.
You an only child?
I have a younger sister, but she's from my mom and my stepdad, but she's 9 years young. So the gap was huge. I was out of college before she got to high school. So she was always my baby sister. I mean, that's my homie now,
Yeah.
but she was my baby. You know what I mean? Like it was hard to see her as a sibling because I used to hold her, and she had I think it was called a nebulizer. I used to have to give her, because her lungs, there was something with her lungs. So I used to have to hold her and give her oxygen at night, so like for her, it was different for me. My relationship wasn't like a
niece almost.
We got there when she got older, but for the most part, it was, that was my baby sister.
Mm-hmm.
You know
But
what
mix all that in, like you're talking about, like the past for some of these comedians, or if not most of them, along with the highs and lows of like having to go out there and maybe bombing, and just so it feels like not only with your past, along with the industry, it can make for some heavy up and down.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, dude, it either makes you or it breaks you. Like I've seen it do both things. I've seen a lot of guys.
You've probably seen some pretty talented guys that didn't make it too.
So many. I've seen so many guys. I've also seen a lot of guys make it and then get in their own way and fuck up their opportunities.
Yeah,
because they you rest
get
on your
cocky,
laurels.
maybe.
See in sports too.
I was gonna say, you guys have to see that in the league. You have to see guys that think they're the shit, that they've gotten a little bit of the taste, and then they get passed by because everyone else is putting in the work. It's just so that Rick Ross line is one of my favorite lines when he was Kobe. Kobe's about to lose 150 M's. Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. That's my favorite fucking line.
No,
because
was that Drake who said that? And I believe Drake had to apologize to Kobe.
Wait, that wasn't Rick Ross that said that?
Ricky Ross.
Yeah, Ricky Ross.
Was it? Okay.
Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Oh,
I was
maybe
like,
he was a different line.
I just love that world of like, yeah, dude, and it's not even a comment about that relationship. I'm saying that clicked to me of like, whenever somebody says something like, you popped out of nowhere. It's like, dude, you weren't with me in the fucking gym.
No.
You're crazy. Yeah, it's the same thing. I was with a buddy 2 weeks ago, a pro athlete, an ex-ball player, and I said the difference between us, because he was doing a similar comparison of like, he wanted to know more about our world. I was asking about baseball, and he said, he's like, but then why is it that people feel like, they can do what you do? I said, because they know they physically can't do what you do. Like every dickhead knows they can't physically do what you guys do. They just do. If you ever fucking got on the ice, you can't do what you guys do. But with us, they can see us on a stage and they go, I tell a couple of jokes at work. I can fucking fart into a microphone. So like ours just looks so easy, but they don't know what the workouts are. With you guys, it doesn't even matter what the workouts are. They know they can't do. They just know they can't do that. So they put us in this weird category as a professional sometimes where they're like, I can be funny. Like the fuck you can, because you've got to put in 10,000 hours at shitty little clubs, at gunning and running and constantly writing and taking hits and taking losses. You're taking so many fucking L's when you begin your career. And so unless someone's in the gym with you and the only other people in the gym are other comics, they don't know.
Is there one guy that you would say was like the natural who maybe didn't have to go through that type of grind who made it to the top?
No, because anybody that's good did the grind, right? Chappelle was 16 years old and he was doing comedy when he started, but he still put in those work. He put in all that work.
Yeah. He was like flying up to DC.
When he was a kid, dude. When he was a high school kid, but he still put in the work. He was still grinding in New York. Like, I don't think there is a story of he made it overnight. Now he's a superstar.
Like a freak athlete.
What about Rife? Matt Rife?
Matt put in the work. Matt put in the work.
Couple years, didn't really have to grind that hard. Next thing you know, he's like,
it never lasts. How about that? If that does happen, it never lasts. But Rife, dude, Rife put in the work. That kid, that's another thing. He was in the gym. People don't know that. I met that kid out here when he was a kid, dude. He was a kid. He came around the Laugh Factory, and young baby face kid and sweet, just the sweetest, nicest kid, and was working, dude. That kid fucking worked. But people saw he blew up on the internet, and they're like, "Oh, Matt Rife slid his way," and it's like, nah, brother, that kid fucking worked. Okay. Now, whether or not you like his shit, whole different story. Right. Like if you don't like crowd work or you don't like the way he performs, fine. But that kid put in work. I mean, I don't know, like Gilly put in crazy work. Gillis blew up in the last 5 years, and people were like, "This guy came out of nowhere." It's like, no, motherfucker. He was eating it like we all ate it, grinding until finally he could shine. So I can't name one person that like was given the free key or what. That happens in like acting. Like, they'll give some dickhead a role that's never done shit and they explode. But that world's bullshit anyway. I mean,
what about seeing talent where, all of us have seen first time I saw Crosby, it's like something's different there. Have you ever seen anyone that you're like, oh, this kid's unbelievable?
Oh yeah. I mean, you see
you
that.
can tell right
when
away.
You're young, when we're all young, we kind of know. We don't know who's going to be a star, but who's like got the shit. You can feel it. You can just feel it. Like when you guys would see someone that you're playing with, you go, "This motherfucker's
something's
good.
Different.
This fucker's good, dude." If they had got that extra step, like there was guys like that I always kind of knew, a guy like Bargatze's massive. Nate was always very talented, and you could tell he was very smart, and he knew where he was going. Sebastian Maniscalco was a guy like, even when he was grinding, you knew he had something very special. You can't really thumb it, but you're like, these guys are good. These guys are undoubtedly good.
What's he making a year?
Yeah. What are the top?
Well, they released it, so I'm not talking out of turn, but I think Nate last year made $80 million. It said 86 million or something.
He's the highest paid actor,
and he doesn't
highest paid comedian. Excuse me.
Well, here's why though.
He doesn't
Nate
swear?
No, he's clean as a whistle, buddy. He does a matinee show. He'll do like a 4 p.m. show because you could bring your aunt and your kids to his show. It's all ages. So the reason he makes the most money right now is because he is doing sometimes 3 arena shows because he can do a 4, 6, and 9. You know what I mean? Yeah. So most guys like Gillis, it's probably an 18 or older show, maybe 21, but probably 18. And you're doing 1 arena show a night. Now, could Shane sell more? Fuck yeah, he could sell more. Shane can sell. He's doing like 3 gardens or 4 gardens back to back to back. But Nate can play for a wider audience. Right? Like Nate can do, I can bring my aunt who's like does not the word shit. She's like, oh my God. Like you can bring her to Nate's show because he's not dirty, so
hard to be funny like that, I think.
Oh, he let me tell you something. He's found his way to do it in a way that's, it's proof is in the pudding. The guy is killing it. Like he's found his audience and he's cruising. So
who's the Maniscalco guy? Is
Sebastian.
Italian?
Yeah, he's an Italian kid. He's from Chicago. Yeah,
a lot of guys. Chicago puts out monsters.
Dion Cole's one of the funniest fucking guys on planet. Yeah, Chicago for years has always had. It's
he from there?
Well, a lot of those guys and a lot of guys too moved to Chicago, right? Like Tina Fey and Will Ferrell and all these guys. They like moved to Chicago to do Second City, but that's sketch and improv. But stand-up wise, stand-up. Chicago's had some phenomenal stand-up comics, but it's always been kind of like a good gut of comedy because Chicago it's like it's a good piece of the East Coast, even though it's not the East Coast. They think we are out here. These fucking goofballs in California are like, "Will you go back to the East Coast?" I'm like, Chicago's not. That's not on the coast, buddy. But they think water. Everyone out here is a moron. But Chicago's like the best nugget from the East Coast and from the Midwest. It's like it's a Midwest city. So hi, how you doing? But it's Chicago, so it's got like a gritty
edge.
Yeah, it's dirty. We come from gangsters and crooked politicians, so naturally the city's going to be crooked as fuck. I mean, they're sweet people, but they're a little fucking shaky. And we got great gang violence. We're number one Nobody beats
you lead
us.
the league in that.
Chirac,
We're the best,
baby.
dude. Chirac, we're number one.
You got a voice for that?
Get
or what?
shot, get robbed, get shot. Dude, don't wear a watch out in the streets. No fucking way. Huh?
It's fake.
No, that ain't fake, dude. I can see it from here. Don't do
Yeah,
that. I see
wow.
the reference number on that thing.
Fuck, man.
This has been
great.
unbelievable.
So good.
I hope we get to do it again. I hope we get
Bro,
to do
boys,
it.
we're gonna play golf. We know we got
Yeah.
fucked by LA, but we're gonna get it together. I promise. We're gonna play a little golf together. But who's the match gonna be? Have we decided?
I think you're going to get stuck with me.
No, that's not stuck.
Or you bring
That's
two
not
other
the
guys.
attitude that we
You
want to
pick
have when
two
we get out there.
guys,
Bring
and you
two
play us
guys.
3, or you play with Biz and play me and Keith.
Is Bobby Lee good?
Oh, I want to play with Biz then. I want to
All
play you guys, me and Biz against you. How about this? I'll bring. This will be fun. What if I bring one guy as a like rogue, and you guys get to decide how many celebrity shots he gets?
I love that.
Is that a good idea?
I love that.
Yeah.
If it's Bobby Lee, I'll. Oh,
Well, no, we don't want those shots, buddy. That's not gonna
Oh,
fucking.
He
That
wore
guy.
jeans at the golf course.
He wore
when did
jeans
his
with
shot.
Bryson DeChambeau.
okay.
He called
might
him. He
lose his
called him. He called him
sobriety after
Bison
that.
6 times. I go, that's not his name. He goes, I thought that was like a nickname, Bison. I go, no, his real name's Bryson. He thought like Bison was like a nickname because he's a big boy. He goes, Bison, come here. And I go, dude, stop doing that. Bryson loved it.
Did he?
Oh, dude, Bryson ate it up because Bobby is a fun little toy.
He could do whatever he wants, and some people are going to
Yeah,
be like,
he picked him up and he walked him up hole 6. He put him on his shoulders.
Yeah.
And at some point, Bobby was like, put me down. And he wouldn't put him down.
All right, we got Rollback last question. Use code
Yep.
Chiclets on rollback.com. 20% off your first purchase to the end of the week. That's CHICLETS on RHOBACK.com. 20% off polos, shorts, hoodies, and more. We've talked about our white whale guests, like kind of Joe Thornton right now. We have many others for Chiclets. Do you guys have one on Bad Friends?
Ooh, that's a good question. We just did Louis C.K. We put out Louis, which to me is
saw
like
a clip.
he's like the greatest of all time. I mean, he's up there. You know, he's one of them. I should say. There's no one, but
Has
like,
he been chilling out lately because of everything that, or is he kind of
no, he's
doing
back.
something?
He's selling. He's on tour doing his thing. I think he's, you know, he put out a special after everything had happened, and I think he's back in the world of like he's put in the work to go. I don't know what else you want me to do. You know, I'm trying to change my life for the better, and
Come watch me or don't.
yeah, he doesn't even talk about any of that stuff. I mean, that's in his rear view now.
Right,
but I mean,
right.
Louis was to me, because I admire him so fucking much. He was phenomenal to have on the show. But I think like, oh man, who would be like the ultimate to get on the show? I mean, we've tried to put we put it out for Eddie Murphy multiple times because I think
He's starting to. I think he did something.
There's a
recently.
documentary right now.
Yeah, I feel
yeah.
like some of these guys, they were so big and they don't mind coming back around at a certain point.
he would be a guy I would kill to have. I don't think he would ever do. I don't ever see him on a podcast. I mean, he did Seinfeld's Comedians in Cars, but that's his buddy. You know what I mean?
I was also shocked to see Leonardo DiCaprio do a podcast. Mind you, it was that New Heights one.
Yeah, it was Travis and
Yeah.
Leo, like those kind of guys. Like that's no disrespect. That's not my white.
No,
Mine
I meant-
are like
Yeah.
Comedian.
comedy legends.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I
meant
would do
more
Eddie.
So like
Yeah.
I could have never seen Leo doing a pod, but yet
You know, or I'd want Gary Busey. I want someone who's unhinged as fuck.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know who tried to get on our show multiple times? He kept DMing me. It was Antonio Brown.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yo, he's like, let me on the show, make it happen. And then sure enough, you know, and we were like, I don't know if this is a good idea, man. That guy's always caught up in some bullshit. He just got extradited and arrested, right?
Yeah, he's wanted for murder, I believe.
Yeah.
Or attempted murder.
That was real.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
he was
brother.
after it came out, he was in Dubai. I'm like, hosting. And I'm like,
Yeah.
how is this? Is that not a thing?
Oh, brother.
they
You never know what's real or not. Damn, he's in one now.
Oh,
right?
dude.
Oh, yeah.
If you saw that video of him at that resort, like flopping his wiener out of the pool, everything I ever heard, I was like, I believe it now. Like whatever the rumors are, he was like in a pool at a resort. I don't know where it was, but he's got his penis. He's pretending like it's a whale, like breaching the water. He's like, "Rah," and he's smacking
Just
it
like
against
a
the water.
family resort?
Yeah, he's just going off, man. There's kids.
Disney.
There's kids. Yeah. He was at Atlantis
Lazy
in the
river.
Bahamas. He was losing his mind, dude.
Oh, buddy, this
But-
is awesome.
yeah.
Thank you, boys.
With
Amazing.
Sandbagger, it'll be great.
Can't
You're
wait to do it.
You're a funny motherfucker.
Thank you,
that
man.
show. Thanks for the tickets last night. And
Of course, my
it's great
pleasure.
catching up with you,
My
dude.
pleasure. We'll see you
Unreal.
guys soon.
Guys, let's take a minute here and talk about Noble. This episode is brought to you by Noble. Noble is a footwear brand for training and for daily life, built to support you in your pursuit of physical, mental, and emotional strength. Biz wears it everywhere. He looks great in it too. Good looking shoe that feels even better on your foot. Noble celebrates a no bullshit approach to wellness. They've got options across lifestyle and training, and they are the best shoe for anyone who wants to be a better version of themselves. Plus, Noble is now the official training shoe of the NHL.
Exclusively for Spittin' Chiclets listeners, No Bull is offering 40% off your order. 40%. Visit www.nobullproject.com/chiclets for 40% off your entire order. That's www.nobullproject.com/chiclets for 40% off of the official training shoe of the National Hockey League. Thank you very much to the man, Andrew Santino. Appreciate him sitting down with us. And the Sandbagger has dropped, Biz, and it's humming right now. I believe it's double the numbers through an hour that the Bruins one was. I think I know there's someone who has something to do with that. And we want to shout out Pasha and the entire crew that helped out. Pasha took a lot of heat on the Bruins one for his AI usage. Very funny in this one where he shows the snake and puts in that was not AI, that was a real snake. So Pasha crushes it with those. He's getting better and better.
AI.
Give him some love, everyone. Don't be dogging Pasha so hard.
Yeah.
Guys, it only takes him 9 months to put these out too. So like, it really be happy.
Show
with
me
them.
a better produced golf video on the internet. Well, I guess other than the Internet Invitational, but he puts a little bit of love into these. That's why they take so much longer.
Or a little bit of
Pasha, do you
it's
want
like
to
a
defend yourself?
Scorsese movie.
Pasha, do you want to defend yourself as to why these are taking so long to edit?
It's because he's playing tummy sticks with his girlfriend.
Well, I just want to say that like other pods like Foreplay, they have 3 dedicated editors for these videos. And meanwhile, I have to produce game notes. We do 2 pods a week. That's a few hours per day. I'm doing other shoots with Biz. Like
90% of the people listening to this right now work in 3 jobs just to like, no one's listening to these.
Don't fucking listen to him, Pasha.
I know Jens has no idea what goes in on the back end of these things, so I don't take his trips to heart. He has no fucking clue what goes into it.
And he's being a little bitch on the edits too. Oh, I can't have this in. I have a family. I can't have it. I don't want to lose my dog.
Dogs.
Pasha, we love you, buddy. I love all the AI shit you threw in this one. You do so much for our pod and our brand, buddy. And although people hate your devil takes, they love the way that you edit our Sandbag.
No, I did not.
No, that's blood pressure from Yans's text last night. I told you to take this out.
That's blood pressure. That's blood. Actually, the Devils won. The Devils pulled it out. All right.
Appreciate love, boys.
Yeah, love you.
No
Pasha.
love.
Song.
Yans is mad right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch you in the face through this fucking.
Why? You're.
I asked for one thing, dude. I asked for one thing.
But you texted him and you didn't ask for the thing. You said the wrong thing, so that was on you.
I don't know. The text was kind of clear, I thought.
Oh yeah, read it.
No, we don't need to talk about it. Just fucking go to the next segment. Bring in RA. I gotta
look
leave.
Look at how mad this guy gets. He fucking abused me for 90 minutes during that Sandbagger.
You can say whatever you want to me. You can say whatever you want to fucking Paige. I just don't want to be involved in your bullshit. I have fucking teenage daughters, you idiot.
Biz,
you and Pasha have 7 brain cells.
Him, I don't think he'd be saying a word. It wasn't
Wouldn't
chirp
say a
by
word.
you that's coming out.
Backing off a ball is not the fucking like. What are you talking about?
Let's bring in RA's world.
Wait, no, you can't.
Hello, everybody.
The
Welcome
cut
to
on that
RA's
was
World.
amazing. Sorry,
Here on
RA.
the Spit. That's right. Here on the Spittin Chiclets podcast. Holy shit, Yandelli. I don't think I've ever seen you that mad before.
RA.
Well, it's like fucking.
Have you been listening to the whole show?
Yes.
What happened back in the day when a kid puked?
Wood chips.
I mean, I was in custody back in the 70s, but yeah, you.
Well, I mean,
sawdust.
you were a janitor when we started this podcast.
Yeah, well, custodian, same thing. You'd put sawdust down typically, or you just mop it up. And by the way, Keith, custodies make the world run. After teachers, they are the most essential part of a school. And I'm not just saying that because I did it. When you do that job, you realize they really make the world go around. Every building, every place, people clean that shit up, and it's a job that teaches you. Some life lessons, and no regrets that I did it for many years. So.
Shout out my
I was
boy
the one
Mark
who gave
Goonan.
the shout out to the custodians and the teachers.
All right, there you go, Biz. We were just talking about heated rivalry. I think it was a week or so ago. I called the Hunting Wives the horniest show on TV so far this year. Well, it just got bumped out on number 2 because of heated rivalry. Our podcast brothers at What Chaos, Pete Blackburn and DJ Bean, they've been pumping the tires on this thing hardcore, no pun intended. So yeah, I gave it a whirl. I like to watch shows, and yes, excuse me, it's very graphic. Whatever. I could watch anything. Nothing phases me. I used to watch Faces of Death as a kid, but it makes Brokeback Mountain look like a Disney movie, and it's hilarious in one regard, but it also kind of like, gives you like some in-depth look at, like, obviously there's been gay players in the NHL. We don't, unfortunately, we haven't had an out player, but
we have.
well, he's not Luke Prokop.
Prokop drafted to the NHL,
right? But he hasn't been there yet. But exactly, he's a great guy, but it kind of presents that side too. But man, it's fucking haughty as fuck. And I'll tell you, man, I wish I had that Russian's ass. I left my ass in the womb. He got the absolute peach emoji, biz.
Wow. Okay. So you okay? So
they show hog.
There's one screenshot of he gets sexted, and you can see it briefly, but no, not typically. Like I said, it would be what I guess you might call softcore and Cinemax back in the day. But yeah, whatever. I mean, whatever. Maybe not for everybody.
Did you ever watch like Gene Simmons' wife on those Baby Blue 2 channels? Like she used to do the softcore. Like, did you ever see that?
Well, I mean, I worked at my uncle's video store in the '80s, so I was a few levels above that back in the day.
Would you see a guy his backside giving it to another guy? Like how much?
No, yes, it's like I say, you don't see actual penetration, you don't see actual dong, but there's no doubt what's going down in those hotel rooms, and it's like I said, it's probably typically a little more graphic than most shows, but I don't know. I think it's pretty good. I love how Pete and DJ are playing it up. And I don't know if you saw it was Pride Night at the Canadians the other night, and they actually played a Triller on the Jumbotron during the game. And you know what? Like, shout out to the Canadians because, hey, look, man, it's fucking 2025, almost 2026. We all have gay cousins, aunts, uncles, relatives, friends. The fact that people still are prejudiced against that is just ridiculous. So, shout out to Montreal just for, emphasizing that, they're just us. They're just other people. They just like different stuff in the pizza, basically.
You saying, I wish I had the Russian's ass is hilarious. All right, that's a classic line.
Bro, I got none. I got a fucking, my ass is fucking spun.
Biz brings it up all the time. Biz makes fun of me all the time. Got no butt.
Pizza box ass? You should get some of those bands, RA, and work your glutes. And that'll help with your L5S1 or your sciatic. If you're activating your glutes a little bit more, I think that's going to help take a little bit of the stress away.
Yeah, I mean, I could do that, but this ass ain't going to blow up anytime soon, I'll tell you that.
Well, it would if you work on it. You do the bottle service girl workouts. Now, people also said that it's like for people like who aren't into hockey, it's a good entry point. Who might not know much about hockey, who aren't gay in the gay community. No?
Oh, no, absolutely.
Because not many sports have a show like this.
Absolutely. And my pal, Sarah Sivian, she's been covering it as well. And it's opened up like new fans to hockey because, there's not a lot of like blatantly like gay shows out there. So, obviously that's going to be big in the gay community. And yeah, they're getting into hockey. And it's so simple. I mean, if you're not familiar with it, I used to tell people back in the day, it's if you like soccer, it's like soccer. You just gotta score a goal and not be offside. It's really that simple. Obviously, there's more intricacies about it, but it's a pretty simple concept of the game. So,
Biz,
hey, the more the merrier, man. That's what we always say here.
I just Googled Gene Simmons' wife. It's Shannon Tweed.
Oh yeah.
And then I did Shannon Tweed softcore porn. This is not softcore.
I thought she used to do softcore porn. All right,
this is hardcore.
Like so, yeah. So like, well, what do you got? Fucking you porn on there? Like, yeah.
No, I Google image Shannon Tweed softcore porn, and the pictures they ain't softcore.
Wow. Okay, my mistake. I thought she only did the Skinamax stuff, but yeah, because like people think that softcore is actual porn, but it's not. You need to. I mean. There's the old Supreme Court justice who said about porn. You know it when you see it, but if there's no actual penetration, if you don't see things going into other things, it's technically not porn. But apparently, I guess she did go the full Monty. So shout out Whit.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess the rest of the pod here just staring at these images.
We got move along here and listen, boys. I had one of the best days I ever had, not just since the show started, but in my life. We had the Team Shoresy versus the Bruins alumni the other night.
Dude.
That's awesome.
And you know,
All right.
That get up is a
That
little
shirt.
That's the see-through
Did you
dress
get it
shirt.
faxed
Buddy.
there?
I think it's just got to be a plain white shirt, right?
bro. I couldn't fucking find one when I was getting dressed. I'm bent over like Yoda with my sciatica. I needed to get the hell out of here. And I've done it enough times where it's almost become like my thing at this point,
Yeah.
I suppose.
You gotta
I'm gonna
keep
do it
the
on
jacket
TNT
on.
moving
You
forward.
got to keep the jacket on so you can't see that.
Is
Is that at the Knights?
No, that's one of the hospitality suites downstairs in the
Oh.
garden. Yeah, that's aunts, uncles, parents there, and boys.
Since
just
before you say anything about
Yeah.
the day, so Ryder skated at intermission.
I missed them, man.
No worries. But what I was gonna say was that he came home and said, "Dad, that was so fun." He said it was packed, and all the players on the ice were having the best time. That's what I got a kick out of. I was like, "Oh, what do you mean?" He's like, "They were just laughing the whole time. All the players, like, they were having so much fun out there," which makes sense based on the show and like all the Bruins alumni. But for, you know, a kid who just turned 8 to notice like how good of a time that all the players on the ice were having, I can't imagine you behind the bench weren't having just as much of a ball.
To a wit. I mean, to have my name called out in the PR, Brian Rear Admiral McGonigal, and to be able to like point to my parents and blow them a kiss and wave. I mean, you guys, obviously had your names called a zillion times, and you probably get used to it. I've never had that, and it was great. And the second best part was during warm-ups. Big Z, he's on the alumni team, and he was doing a lap, and we caught eyes, and he skated over to me and said, "Hey, what's up, pal? How you doing?" And it's like, I mean, we've done the show a long time. I'd never assumed people remember us, and I said, I fangirled hardcore. I said, "Hey, Z, congrats on the Hall of Fame, so well deserved." And I just want to tell you, thank you for what you've done for this team, this city, this region. We'll never forget it, buddy. And it was just awesome just to have that moment. And then, like, Razor, Andrew Raycroft, he's such a hot shit, man. Love saying
Is
hello
it
to
true
him.
Z got hurt?
No. He had his kid's game. He had a skedaddle off too. So and then
Someone said it was like someone legit said he might have pulled his back. Like
That
he
was
held
my
Ryder.
son. That was my son.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was like, I didn't know
At
it was
least he left the
contagious,
game.
all right?
If he hadn't left the game and Ryder said that, I'd have been like, buddy.
And it was kind of funny because one of my buddies on the Shoresy team, well, he's Fish on the show. Jacob Smith, his name is. He, for whatever reason, was trying to say hello to, I guess, to Z, and he gave him like a little bit of a slight hook. Z did not take kindly to it. He gave the daggers back to the bench. I'm like, bro, what the fuck did you just do?
Hey.
He's like, oh, I just was trying to say hi, and he just, he didn't like, it wasn't a penalty type thing, but he throttled him enough to get Z's fucking daggers over the bench, which is kind of hilarious. But if you like, Colton or Andrew Ferent's awesome, having a chat with him, Timmy Sweeney, and then the handshake line after Joey Mellon. I say, we've had him on the show before. I gave him a big hug. And, it's just such a special day. And I have such a small part on the show, guys. Like, a minimal part, but it's such a special family. And when you're on the set, whether it's for 2 days, 2 months, whatever, it does become a bonding experience. And Terry Ryan, we had him on the show before Shoresy come, but between our show and Shoresy, he's become such a dear friend, and I love the guy. He's just such a pure, awesome human being. And there was a great piece, I know you mentioned it the other day, on ESPN written by Otter O'Cal, just about Terry's, voyage. He got drafted in the first round, and things didn't pan out the way he'd hoped, and he's just never like, woe is me. He just kept chugging along, and he's done what he's done, and it's great to call him a good friend.
He was
man.
living out of his car at one point. So like just the fact that he's fucking like turned his life around and everything's going his way, and he's thriving and shining, and other movie opportunities all over the place. It's awesome to see.
And he's very appreciative too.
Oh, he's the best.
know? That's
He's the
what's
best.
cool.
Great family,
He's
good
so
person.
like thankful, like to us when Chiclets Cups happen, and yeah, that's awesome.
And Marasti was there too. I always love hanging out with him. And it just too, like, another thing, like, we were in the hospitality thing after him. My dad had been in the Garden since the Bruins raised the banner back in 2012, and I think he'd only been in one other time when Big Walt was in town back like the late 90s. But like, he's been meeting. I'm the star fucker of the family, not my dad, but he's been waiting to meet Jared for years. And Jared, like, it wasn't a, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. He sat there and talked to him for 15, 20 minutes. Andrew Ferentz hung out with my dad for like a half hour shooting the breeze. I got to introduce him to Joey Mellon and Kerry Fraser. Dad's a huge hockey fan. So just, like I said, man, just an awesome special day. And as I've said this to you before, I mean this in the best way possible. Canadians are fucking animals, man, when it comes to getting at it. You guys, just having a good time. Yeah, having a good time.
Those guys are East Coasters, so they're a different breed.
Yeah, it
Most
was
of them are.
such a great time. So anyways, we can move along. I just want to give props
that's
to that.
awesome, RA, man. It's good to get out of the house and see buddies and
yeah.
Get out of your regular routine. So good for you, buddy.
Dust off
What
the
was the
straight out of
highlight?
Compton shirt and wear it as an undershirt.
Yeah. I'm going to start doing that on TNT, wearing my fucking button.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start a trend.
Why are you the only guy who doesn't wear a tie on there?
I don't know. I just don't like wearing ties. It grinds my neck, and then I get I don't know.
Like a choking thing,
do
but
you like
not in a
wearing
good way?
ties?
No, not particularly.
Me?
Yeah, you guys.
I don't mind it.
I don't really.
Like business cash. I don't know.
No, I just didn't know because you were the only guy, so I wasn't sure.
I think Talkit did it early on, and I'm like, oh, can I get away with this? And then they never said nothing, so I just did it. And I just hate, I can't tie a tie properly. I have brutal ties.
Yeah,
It's not you're trying to match them to each thing. Fuck that.
Yeah, I think the no tie thing, it's gotten a lot more popular, I'd say, in the last 5-10 years than ever before. Biz, I know you like to get choked once in a while, but not with a tie.
Yep.
And one last thing, Jared, he does have a new show. He signed a huge deal with Crave Canada. They're sort of like the Hulu of Canada. It's called I Kill the Bear. It's about a family of bear wranglers on a film set. And he's got some major stars. I'm not going to spoiler alert it, but it's going to be coming out sometime next year. So it's just, like I said, it's great to just play in his little sandbox, and he's just the best dude in the world. So thanks for letting me.
How do you
share
watch
that with you guys.
Shoresy in the States? Because season 5 kicks out on Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
So when does it eventually come out in the States, and where do you find it?
It hits Crave up in Canada at Christmas Day, and then I believe sometime in January it hits Hulu down here. So it hits Canada first, then it hits Hulu down here. So
okay.
Yeah, it's great. Like I said, great stuff. Great to be a part of, and the people, the Shoresy family, absolute fucking best. So, moving right along, we've been talking about the NHL, the ice surface, guys. I honestly don't typically side with the IIHF, but they've confirmed the ice surface are going to be smaller, 196.85 feet by 85.3. They've said basically they agree the differences are insignificant and should not impact the safety or quality of gameplay. And I agree with them, man. I obviously played street hockey down the gym down the street, but I don't think 18 inches at each side of the rink is that much of a difference. And Keith, I'll ask you, is it going to affect any guys, any players particularly? Is it a benefit to any guys? What's your intake on it?
I mean, it'll take, because these guys are so good, it might take them a shift or two to get used to it. But I heard Brady and Matthew Tkachuk talking about it. They're like, we don't give a shit if we play in somebody's bathtub. You know what I mean? The players don't care. We're obviously making it more of a big deal than it is. But at the end of the day, they're hockey players. They just want to get on an ice sheet and play. You just hope that it's done, and you hope that it can withhold 50 games in however many days. That for me, I think, is the biggest question. It's not the size of the ice.
Yeah, it's more the surface. How is the ice good or bad?
Is it going to hold up with so many games?
3
you got
games
the women's.
That's
two,
been
at least.
The NHLPA's main concern is more about the ice quality than so much the length of the ice. But what do you think there is a specific player or type of player who this may benefit them in some weird way?
Tom Wilson.
Okay, that's
and
been the
RA,
sort of
you know
consensus.
that if Tom Wilson's not on the team, Biz is going to be waving the American flag throughout the 2-week tournament.
They'll just beat this. They'll beat this like a dead horse.
You said it,
buddy. I said it in jest on Merrick's podcast. You want to keep you want to keep beating this? We can do it. But he's going to be on the team, so it doesn't matter.
No, I agree too. The year he's having,
he should be on the team.
And about Willie too, a great guy. He carved out so much space for himself years ago, and the league has gotten so much softer. He's basically got his own playpen in front of the net, man. That's he scores. I think he's 17, 18 goals. He just he kind of reminded me of Neely back in the day. People just don't want to be around you, don't want to fuck with you, and you got a lot more space to score goals. So shout out Willie. And yeah, like I said, I don't think it matters. I think it's the equivalent of like shaving like a yard and a half off a football.
To me, it's more about the disrespect towards the fact that like the NHL is allowing you to use its players to now be one of the more popular. How many people watch the Olympics when the NHL guys weren't there? How many people are going to watch it because they are?
I didn't watch it.
You got 8 years to build a rink, and then you still fucking you're finishing it days before they show up, which tells me that where the concessions is, the locker rooms, like I'm assuming it's going to be a shit show and it's not going to be fully done. So, and then the quality of the ice. So if it's all shit and it kind of turns into a bit of a shit show, I just view it as a slap in the face, and it should be a big topic of conversation of how that's going to work moving forward. Because I feel like if you control the best on best, and I get these guys want to go to the Olympics and experience the Olympics. They're not even going to be there for the opening and closing ceremonies. They'll get to experience like the Olympic Village and stuff like that. But at what cost moving forward is this type of shit going to keep happening? That's all I got to say. And maybe it's just an Italy thing because they take those long lunches and we know that they're typically why are you laughing? Are they not typically a society that kind of goes at their own pace?
Oh,
kind of
just,
like
well, Irish and Italian, we've had a love-hate thing in Boston for the last 100 years, so that's all a little chuckle. I love my Itals, but they definitely done fucked up getting this rink built. No doubt.
That's what I mean. It's just a level of respect. It's like, come on here, get the best players in the world coming to perform in your country. Pitter patter, let's get at her.
There we go. Hey, and boys, listen, if I'm a general manager who needs a goalie right now, I would make a huge play for UC Saros, give up a couple first, a goalie, a first, a prospect, whatever. He's 30. He was peaking before Nashville hit the skids here. Right now, he's 10-10-3 with a .303 goals against, an .896 save percentage. He's in the first year of an 8-year deal at 7.74 AAV. He's a great goalie on a bad team, so he's going to look bad. His numbers are going to look bad. He does have a no-move clause. I mean, that just means he has to okay his exit if he wanted to. And I'm not trying to start a rumor here or anything. I just think that Nashville, things are bad right now. They're 17th ranked in future prospects via ESPN. And obviously, Edmonton is the obvious place that, people would think. And they'd have to send money out for money back. But I don't know, man. I think if I'm a GM, get this guy on a good team. I think we've seen it before. Like Korpisalo, for example. He was on Columbus. Not great numbers. Then he went to Ottawa. Not great numbers. He comes to Boston. It's a good team. And he's been a more than competent backup. Definitely a 1B goalie. So, again, I don't think it's going to happen. And G reminded me that they had drafted Michigan's freshman goalie, Jack Ivankovich, 58 back in June. Says he's one of the most underrated goalie prospects. 16-4 this year with a 1.90, 9.27. I don't think he's quite NHL ready yet. But, it might be good for Nashville building toward the future to get some draft picks from him. What say you, Biz?
They've won 5 of the last 7, but I agree with you. I feel like it's a team that just needs to tear it to the ground, and they just got to hope they can get off of some of these contracts, like Stammer in March or so. I don't think Ryan O'Reilly finishes the year there. So yeah, I think it's all gonna happen. Just at what price? The money in, money out with what Saros makes, so is going to be very difficult for Edmonton to make that work.
I can't believe that they signed him to that deal and then moved Askarov with like where they're at. And obviously they thought that getting Marchessault and Stamkos and Brady.
How's Askarov been?
He got hurt. He actually got hurt last night. That's why there was an e-bug in Philly.
I think 39-year-old geologist.
Yeah, he's a geologist that played at Colgate 20 years ago. But I think he's been pretty solid. Let me look up his numbers.
No, he's been great. He started a little shaky because when I look at the schedule every night, the Bruins are the first team, and then the Sharks are the second team I look for. Love watching Celebrini. He's been really good the last couple of weeks. He had a tough game the other night, but for a young goalie, I think he's really
over 900 save percentage, 903, 3.09 goals against. But I think his numbers were real bad at the beginning, so maybe it's kind of leveled off. Mm-hmm. But I don't know his last like 8 or 9 games. Maybe they've been better.
And one other team, like I said, Edmonton goalie. That's been the talk for years now. But like I looked at Detroit. I know they just brought in Gibson last year. He's 32. He's got $6.4 million through next year. Talbot's 38 years old, $2.5 million unrestricted after this year. I don't know if they want to quit on Gibson this quick, but they're in the playoff hunt right now. They could solidify that position for the future. It's been a bit of an Achilles heel for them the last few years. So I don't know. It's just another team I thought might be in the mix for them too. So, well.
That's, but I think they got their two
on.
guys, and they're sitting 3rd in the Atlantic. It's like, I don't know if they're going to change that up right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I don't like the start rumors or whatever, but just a little hot take I guess I had. The Athletic surveyed 120 players. They did this stuff every year. Biz, they did the most punchable player. But who'd you? Oh, I know you talked about the show last night. Were you surprised who won it? Nick Cousins?
No, Nick Cousins got it.
Yeah,
I think we've talked about him before, and like, fuck, man, his job is to go out there and stir it up, and he does a hell of a job doing it. Like, he's said things to guys on the ice that have forced them to go down the tunnel and try to get him in the opposing locker room. So this is, he's a special breed. It's a hard job to do. You gain a lot of enemies doing it, and he's still in the NHL. And honestly, like, the game needs entertainment like that. So yeah, kudos to him for winning that award. Now, I did see that Connor Bedard got 1 vote, right?
Yeah, it was a little bit of a surprise.
So Nick Cousins ran away with it big time.
It was McTavish who voted for him. I saw it.
Oh,
I saw the results.
All right.
Marchand was second, who I thought would have been the runaway winner. Marchand 19.6.
No, but he's too likable now.
You know what? I think it just shows you how much people hate Boston sports, that like everybody hated Marchand Fiers. All he had to do was go to a team not in Boston, and everybody loved the guy.
I don't know, though. He won it in Florida. He was their best player, at least in the finals. And he's really cut down on all the old shit. Like, it wasn't just being on the...
He's fucking... You see what he did the other day?
He tried to crash the fucking timeout.
Like...
Yeah, but I'm talking like the low hit on Salo, or the licking of the face.
Dirtiness.
Like, that stuff's kind of gone away. Like, going over to the bench trying to watch your play to score a goal with the goalie pulled is a little different.
Did he attack Darlene earlier this year? Was that him?
Yeah, he ripped his helmet.
Ripped his helmet apart. So
yeah, I guess he hasn't changed that much.
He's still got it. He's still got it in him.
Yeah. I mean,
proceeds
I
to
think
list off 10 things he's done in the last 12 months.
It's a badge of honor for Boston fans. I mean, we love to be hated. It's like you hate us because you ain't us. So Matty Tkachuk, he was third with 10%. What was funny was Eric Sennecke. Most of the votes he got were from his own team. And he said, if he wasn't on my team, probably Eka. I thought that was pretty funny. Then they asked about social media. They asked, do you have a burner? 95% of the guys said no. What surprised me, have any of you guys ever had a burner? I know Piz never needed one. But.
No, but I think for those guys, what a burner means is not like someone that's out there commenting on stuff. It's somebody that has an account that's not public so that they can read Twitter.
Yeah.
Just to lurk.
Yeah, it's not like a burner, like replying, torturing people like a troll.
Like their buddies might even know it's them. Like, there's probably, I'm curious to know, there might be like NHL guys who have burners and like with their buddies, and they're like coming at us on I'm sure it's happened before, right?
Definitely a Whit.
Well, Jans doesn't have a Twitter.
Why at me?
Jans, would you get Twitter?
Call it like you see.
No.
You're not going to get it?
No.
Is it just because it's just like too much? It clogs your brain?
I don't know. I feel like I'm past that. Like, it'd be like wearing fucking Jenko jeans for me right now, Like, just
love
not going to happen.
Jenkos. Those are coming back.
I know, that's what I mean, but I can't jump on the bandwagon once everybody's on it. So
okay.
No. I got no interest in it, to be honest.
Biz, I can relate to that as far as like, your friends know who it is, because when Barstool come out when they first got the blog, I mean, shit, it was probably 2005, I think. I was going, these people comment on the internet, they're losers, blah, blah, blah. But at the time, Boston was very Boston-centric. And, it was very, like, a lot of Bruin stuff there. So that was the first time I got an internet login thing. And I used Rare Admiral because I think 12, 15 guys from college knew that nickname. So I was like a joke proxy. So when my buddies read the site, they knew it was me, but like nobody else did. And then, well, of course, I ended up getting the blogging gig and then this. So the secret was out after that. But yeah, it was similar like that. Your boys get a chuckle at it, but not everybody knows who you are. So next up, the Iron Man streak, and we got a guy who knows a shitload about that. Phil the Thrill still number one at 1064 after he passed Julian Deli. 40-year-old Brent Burns, he's at 954, the current leader. Needs 111 games to pass Kessel. After him, way down, Nick Suzuki, 483. So Burns is like, almost 500 games above
That's
number
wild.
2. Now, Keith, I want to ask you, like, what's the biggest factor in playing that many in a row? Is it luck? Is it just plain luck?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of everything, especially like a guy like Brent Burns. The fact that he's done that is insane to me, just the way that he plays. He's a bigger physical guy, blocking more shots, playing PK, at least the majority of his career. I don't know if he's still doing it, but like the fact that he's doing it is insane to me. The fact that Andrew Cogliano got to where he did, where he should have the record, but the way that those guys played, that kind of amazes me. Like me and Phil were a little more similar in the way that we played, not really, it didn't play like Brent Burns and Cogliano. So I honestly have no clue how he's doing it. You obviously, that he's huge into his whatever's in that bag that he's got, that he carries around. Like he's warming up and, getting his right supplements and all that stuff. So yeah, just complete credit to him, and I don't see anything that's stopping him.
Another thing they asked, what's the next unbreakable record to fall? They brought up career goals. A lot of guys mentioned Austin Matthews, 413 goals in 653 games. And I thought this quote was interesting. I don't think it's going to be Matthews like everybody else does. I think it's going to be part of this next wave of players. It might be a name we don't know yet, which, I thought that was, like I said, interesting because there's the skill level we talk about all the time. These kids, Bedard and Celebrini and Carlson, it just keeps getting better and better. So do you think it would ever get broken, Whit?
We were saying the other night, I don't think the goal record's going to get broken. No. The point record will never be touched. I guess that doesn't even count anymore. But I was saying with these guys in the hotel room in Jersey that the coolest thing for me watching hockey now, and it's always been this way, is like there's some 5-year-old out there right now that in like 15 years, we're going to be like, oh my God, like this guy's the best we've ever seen. And yes, that gets used like a lot. When I say it about McDavid, people bring up Crosby's, cups and all that. And I'm not saying he's better than Crosby, but like McDavid has done things and McKinnon now is doing things we've kind of never seen. But there's going to be somebody. And then after that, there's going to be somebody else. And every sport, just as time goes on, like there's players who are better and better and better. And that's the most wild thing is like, yeah, there's some kid, maybe he's not even born yet, who's going to get to the NHL at 18 years old, and it's going to be just jaw-dropping, shocking stuff that we witness.
I think there's no way the gold one gets broken.
No,
I think
agree.
Goalies are too good now.
Yeah.
But if you'd have to play, even like the top-end goal guys, like who's like the top projected goal scorer for this year? It's probably like in the high 50s.
Nate Dogg.
Yeah, right, but is it what is he, in the high 50s?
He's on
Maybe.
pace, so he's got...
Gotta be.
He's on pace for like 60, I think.
Okay, so that's like we've seen before where guys have gotten even more than that. So it's not even like that keeps going up, like the amount of goals that our guys are getting in one season. You have to play 20 years by the time Ovi's done. And now the way that Ovi's going this year, like if you watch their games, like he's slow. Like he does not move around much. He's just waiting for his 1Ts and the other 4 guys to do all the work. Like, does he go to the hard areas? Is he still a clutch goal scorer? Is he still fucking Alexander Ovechkin? Absolutely. I think he could maybe play one more year now after this. So he'll probably get to 1,000. You'd have to play 20 years and get 50 every year. I don't think someone is going to be able to stay healthy. No chance. Can't stay healthy.
I know. I don't think he's going to get to 1,000 either, even playing next year.
Okay. Oh, you don't okay. Well, yeah, maybe
what
he
is
gets
he? Is he like 90 away? So he has to get, what is he away?
Like 9, I think 9-11 or 9-12. I think he's
all right.
at
So
right
say whatever, 85 away. He's got to get 30 more this year, and then he needs 55 next year. It's like,
yeah, that's.
So he'd maybe play 2. I wouldn't even put it past him, man. If he keeps scoring 35 goals and he wants to play hockey, Washington's going to sign him. They're going to pay him. So
yeah,
I don't know, but either way, I mean, let's say you have to play 19 years in a row and score 50 every single season.
No,
I don't know. I don't think that's happening.
Yeah,
I will say 2 records that I don't think are ever going to be broken. The penalty minutes for a career. Tiger Williams, 3,971 penalty minutes in 962 games. There's no way anyone's going to catch that the way the league is now. And Dale Hunter, he was second, 3,565. He had 1,347 penalties in 1,407 games. Just hilarious numbers. And then for the season, the Hammer, Dave Schultz, had 472 penalty minutes in 76 games for the Broad Street Bullies back in 74, 75. 109 total penalties. He's also number 4 on the list, too. So, I don't know. Those are 2 records I can't imagine will ever get close to being broken.
Goaltending one. Who's the goalie in Toronto that played like 80 games one year back in the day?
Johnny Bauer?
Johnny Bauer, yeah. Doesn't he have the record for like most games played consecutively?
It's either him or it might be, or Jacques Plante. One of those guys. Like,
one of those old school guys has like the most consecutive
it's like
games
500,
played.
I think, or something.
It's insane, yeah.
Yeah, especially that position. So, also, hey, I want to give a big shout out to Craig Smith. He announced his retirement after 1,070 regular season and playoff games over 14 seasons with 6 teams. Nashville's 4th-round pick back in 2009. He spent some time here in Boston for a smidge. The fans loved him here, appreciated his style of play. I don't know, it didn't stay here too long, but I think we got to see what kind of play he was. 5 20-goal seasons, a plus 88. By all accounts, a great guy, a great teammate. So enjoy retirement, brother. Any of you guys know him at all, Keith? I mean, I know you played around the same time.
I've ran into him a few times. Super nice guy, but when I think of him, I think of that empty net he missed in Nashville. Remember when he roofed it out of the stadium, out of the Bridgestone Arena? It went out. But yeah, amazing career. He played hard, worked really hard, had a bomb for a shot, very competitive. Probably mostly known for his time in Nashville, I'd say, right? But he was good for the Bruins. Just a great career, getting over 1,000 games. Amazing career. Good for him, and best of luck in the next chapter.
Absolutely.
We should also shout out. We should also shout out Luch. Luch, it didn't work out in St. Louis, which sucks, but he's going over to Biz's League in England.
The EIHL?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where's he going to play?
502 games for Glenn Hall playing consecutive as a goalie.
That's bananas.
That's never getting touched. I was even going to say is Marty Brodeur the wins leader? 691?
I believe he did pass Patty.
Yeah, but he played in a lot of years with ties, man. So that's not one I would definitely say.
That's fair. You'd have to go. You'd have to win 35 games every year for 20 years.
Fuck, I know, but if you get a couple years with 40 wins, I know that's going to be tough. But with him having ties in his career, at least it kind of brings a possibility.
Yeah, one of the best money goaltenders ever. No shit, RA. But you got one game that you got to win. Him, Wow, or Hasek. So I think those are the 3 no-brainers. But we're going to bring a little old school segment back with Biz. This even predates you, the OG Chiclet segment, the first one we ever did. All Right Hamilton.
Baby.
Yeah, it's too convoluted to explain the origin of the name, but take listener questions. Hockey questions are welcome, but the other stuff is pretty fun. So I'm going to kick it off with this one. I want to hear what you guys have to say. This is from Zach A. Here's 21. They make a Spittin Chiclets movie. Who do you guys realistically want to portray you? All Right Hamilton. And I had
All Right Hamilton.
I hate to say this, Whit. I had Michael Rappaport playing you. I know he sucks, but you
that
guys
guy stinks, but everyone says I look like him. It's not great.
What about Scalabrini?
Biz, Johnny Bernthal, the dude he's on the bear. I mean, it's definitely a compliment, I'd say.
Why Whit? Or what yet?
No, I was waiting to see if Whit says for me. Go ahead.
For myself, Ed Harris. It's not like he's Paul Newman. I'm like pump my own tires here, but bald, good actor, whatever. For G, Paul Dano.
Wow.
Paul Dano would be good for G.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
already
fair.
gives himself a stallion. He gives me and Grinelli two fucking ugly guys.
No, well, I mean, Dano's great actor. I was going to say Quinn Hughes, but that was the obvious one. And then for the Game Notes boys, Merle's will be played by Chris Pine. I mean, Merle's is the best looking guy of the whole crew. Obviously, he's going to have a good actor. And Jason Segel as Colby Armstrong. I think that would be a good fit. What do you got?
Segel. Is Segel the one in
Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Wow.
He shows his wrench, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who'd you think
I was going to
Gantz?
say for you, Keith?
I know. Thanks for having me in there. All right. Baba Booey.
What?
Did you not write Jansen?
No, he didn't.
Who would you have said, Jans?
I would. You know what? The guy, you ever see the old Nickelodeon show, You Can't Do That on Television? It's old school Canadian show. No, the guy who worked at Bob's Burgers, that's who would play Yandel.
What about Warren? What about Warren from Something About Mary?
G just said this. I was going to say the same name, Paul Rudd. I was going to say the same guy because when he's got a beard, I could see it.
Yeah.
What'd you just say?
Warren from Something About Mary.
Dude.
I thought you were gonna say Baba Booey. Didn't? Oh no, that was Okie who used to call me that. Yeah. Thanks for having me in there. I appreciate it. Custodians stink.
That was brutal. All right, let's see here. Another question here. What are your favorite sporting events outside of hockey, and can you share some personal, memorable moments? For me, the World Series is always a classic, but watching a major upset is awesome stuff. That's from Pucks in Deep. And boys, I've said it before. I'm lucky as fuck to see what I've seen over the years. But the Patriots Biz are the only Boston team I have not seen win a championship in person. Because Super Bowls are, tough to predict. You don't know who's going to be in it, and it's always a designated site. But I did see them win the Fog Bowl. What you remember that versus Pittsburgh, 97, the big bomb to Terry Glenn. And I was at the Snow Bowl Tuck Rule game versus Oakland 02. Couple of indie division winner games back when they were on the run back of the day. I saw the Celts win at the original Garden in 86, then at TD Garden in 08. The Bees won in Vancouver in 11. The Sox in 04, as well as Game 7 in the Bronx. I saw the last ever playoff game at the Garden in 95. And it was the only time I ever saw a wave in the Boston Garden because fans were so desperate to keep the season going, keep the winning going, that they literally did a wave. And it was so, the opposite of what Boston fans usually do. Clemens' first 20 strikeout game, I was there. Jim Rice, when he saved the little kid who got hit by a foul ball. And one of the most underrated Super Bowl, I suck at Roman numerals. I don't know, 33, 43, whatever. It was Pittsburgh and Arizona down in Tampa. Remember that one? Keith Santonio Holmes, the toe tapper with like 2 minutes left.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Cost me a bundle, man. I had him for MVP, but yeah, I lives down in Tampa. I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna buy a ticket. I went down, game by myself, and saw one of the, like I said, I think it's one of the most underrated Super Bowls ever.
I thought you were going to say Shoresy versus the Bruins alumni. The way you talked about that game to start off the show was like fucking 72.
Right. Don't make me
It
go
was
through
Russia,
again.
USA in Lake Placid. Was the question you had to be there?
Yeah. I've
Did
been
you
at
say
all
give
those.
your top 20 favorites or
No,
your number one?
I started writing them down, and I just was like, holy fuck, I didn't realize it was this many. And like I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 Stanley Cup clinches when they bring the cup out on the ice.
You've never mentioned that before. I can't think of anything like super memorable that I've been at. That World Cup France-Argentina final when Mbappe had the hat trick and Messi got the win. I'll never forget watching that. That was amazing. But I wasn't there.
What about you, Biz?
I was at Game 7 of the World Series this year. That was like an incredible game. I'm not even a big baseball guy. That whole run and Canada versus USA, like big, Dodgers, big money franchise. So that was just super cool. And I hope they can go on another run next year. I don't think I've been there for like anything else significant for a sporting event. I actually did. I think there was a rugby World Cup game overseas. It was Samoa versus England, I believe, and it was in Wales. The game was taking place there, and that was my first time watching rugby live. I'm a big rugby guy. Like if a game's on, which they like normally not on my TV anyway, like I'll sit there and just watch it. Those guys are beasts. So if I could go to like a rugby sevens world championship, like with a bunch of the boys, I would go do that.
The ruggers, they're animals too.
Animals.
College, absolutely.
Rugby sevens is like there's a little bit more space out there and there's more scoring, so a little bit more entertaining. So I guess I don't know. I'd have to talk to rugby enthusiasts to like say, hey, which one should we go to? What?
PFT.
I think him and Wonton went to like a rugby sevens tournament and they took like acid and shrooms and it was a pretty gnarly experience in video.
What about you, Keith? What's the biggest thing you caught in person?
Probably the Super Bowl when the Patriots beat the Falcons when they were down.
No, what you were at 28-3?
Yeah, 28-3. Yeah, And I was with Sean Thornton, and he wanted to leave at halftime, and I'm like, not happening, dude.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yeah,
Hey,
that was unreal.
Didn't that one guy, the movie star, leave at halftime?
Yeah, Mark
Yeah,
Wahlberg.
Wahlberg.
Marky Mark.
And they wouldn't let him back in either.
Good. Yeah, you leave the arena, you're donezo.
Dunzo.
All right, boys, that was fun stuff. A couple more things here. My classic recommendation for this week, a show that only had one season back in 1999 called Freaks and Geeks. Judd Apatow was the creator behind it, and it had all these future stars that like were unknown back then. James Franco, Jason Segel, we just talked about, Seth Rogen, Linda Cardellini, and Grinelli. Come on in. Like he told me when we talked about the outline yesterday that he actually had a class at college that broke down this whole season, right, G?
Yeah, I mean, that just goes to describe what Plymouth State education is. It was called Watching Television 101. We'd go in, watch Freaks and Geeks, one episode every class, and then we would just break down the episode. It's, like I said, it just describes what Plymouth State is. But unbelievable show. So many actors that like launched their career.
Yeah, I know you guys are jocks. You might not relate to like the Freaks and Geeks aspect of it, but it's a great show. Like I said, it only got one season, didn't get renewed. But if you're looking for something to watch, get on that. Rounding up here, we got NHL picks tonight. Take Tampa Bay minus 115. They're playing at Jersey. I think they got their swagger back. They beat up Montreal last night pretty big after a 4-game losing streak. And as per usual, put half of your wager on the puck line plus 215. And NFL picks, I like Tampa Bay minus 4.5 over Atlanta tonight as well. They got embarrassed last week. Atlanta is trash. And this weekend, Detroit, take the 5.5 with the Rams. Buy it up to 6 if you can. So that's it, boys. Fun week. And
All right.
that wraps it up.
Great.
All
RA's
right,
world,
Hamilton.
buddy.
Great
Shout
job.
out to the
Stay
janitors.
hot. Stay hot. And a couple clicks for the janitors.
To the Custies, absolutely.
Everyone, we'll see you Monday live. Can't wait for it. Love you all. Have a great weekend.
Watch the Sandbagger.
Arrivederci.